It's 6 o'clock. I'm Simon Oxley. The headlines: union fears over probation service, extra £7 million to secure Channel Tunnel, and flooding woe for Watford residents.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Unions say proposed job cuts in the probation service risk endangering the public. The company running the community rehabilitation service is proposing a 40% cut in staff across the country and a 10% cut across Beds, Herts and Bucks. More from Tony Fisher.
Both the National Association of Probation Officers and Unison have written to the Justice Secretary to ask him to confirm whether he's authorised the job losses from the point of view of community safety. NAPO say there'll be less face-to-face contact with those they supervise, and as a result, officers won't be able to offer the same kind of support. The company proposing the cuts, Sodexo, say that as they are formally consulting on plans, it would be inappropriate to comment further at this stage.
The Home Office says it's spending a further £7 million to secure the Channel Tunnel. Home Secretary Theresa May will chair a meeting of the government's Emergency Cobra Committee today. 2,000 migrants are thought to have stormed the terminal on Monday night, trying to get to the UK. The Freight Transport Association has called on the government to consider deploying British troops. The UKIP leader, Nigel Farage, described the situation around Calais as virtually lawless.
I almost get the impression that the French authorities would be pleased if all 5,000 people waiting in Calais got on the next train. And in all situations like this, we have an army, we have still a bit of a territorial army as well, to make sure that we've actually got the manpower to check lorries coming in.
Health officials have put forward new guidance for the best way to care for dying patients. The draft guidelines from the watchdog NICE replace the controversial Liverpool Care Pathway system. People living in a block of flats in Watford say their lives are being ruined by water flooding the building. Some of the residents of Attenborough Court have been forced to move into a hotel following last Thursday's thunderstorms. More from Ollie Bayliss.
2 blocks of flats on Attenborough Court near Bushey Station have been flooding regularly since 2012, causing damage to the flats, communal area and the lift. The residents feel they have received little help from their housing association, despite repeatedly raising concerns. Origin Housing have blamed a blocked drain for the problem, but they say they are attempting to address the issue by digging gullies in the adjacent Pinner Road.
Police overtime in England and Wales cost almost £1 billion over the last 3 years and went up by £6 million last year, according to data provided to the BBC following a Freedom of Information request. In Bedfordshire, the overtime bill went up by 50%, partly due to gaps in recruitment. In sport, there were wins for Luton and Wycombe, but defeats for Watford and Milton Keynes Dons in last night's pre-season friendlies, and the third Ashes test gets underway at Edgbaston this morning with the series level at 1-1. The weather dry and sunny this morning, heavy showers forecast for this afternoon, a maximum temperature 19 degrees Celsius, and you can get the latest news and sport online at bbc.co.uk/3 counties.
I'm so sorry. You're doing the news and you're doing an excellent job. I'm going to give you a 7 out of 10 today.
Thank you.
And I'm clattering around and I'm rustling. I did the fatal error this morning, which I don't think I've done once in the whole 3 years I've been here. The alarm went off, and instead of hitting snooze, I switched it off.
Ooh.
So, and suddenly I'm looking at my watch going, it's not 4:07, it's 26 minutes past 4. So I'm a little bit behind.
Hence no shave, you see.
Hence no shave.
Yeah.
Here's a weird thing, Simon. I'm having a shave tomorrow because I'm doing telly tomorrow, so I'm going to look smart. It's been pointless, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Pointless, isn't it? I'm not
Kids
very good.
love pointless. Anyway.
Do kids love pointless?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not very good at pointless. I don't quite understand. You've just got to answer with a bad answer.
Yes. Yeah, the least likely answer.
Oh, so the best answer then? Is it the best or the worst answer?
The one fewest people would have thought of.
So is that the... Hang on a minute. So that's the...
So if I said to you...
Go. Play it.
If I said to you...
Yep. He's better than
he's a bit slicker than me, isn't he?
He's very slick, yes.
If I said to you children's TV programmes beginning with blue, you would say the most popular answer would be Blue Peter.
So you don't want to say that?
You don't want to say that. You want to think of something like that has blue in it that I can't think of, that would be really vague and not a lot of people would know. It is a little bit, isn't it?
Have you actually seen the programme? Because it feels like you're just bluffing, Simon. Thank you for your help. It's appreciated. Morning, guys. Iain Lee. Honestly, I don't get pointless. I'm doing it tomorrow. The thing about the shaving, this is weird. As you get older, and you'll notice this, Kelly Betts. Great to have you back, by the way.
Thanks, Claire.
Sorry?
Thanks, Blair.
That's better. You'll notice this. As you get older, you get hairier. Shags look how hairy Shags is now, and he's like 19. You wait until he reaches my age, 36. He is going to be just like the Yeti. And so I have noticed, and this is weird, right? Because some people, when they shave their beard line and goes down, and their chest hair goes up, and it meets, and they become one. Two
Right.
become one, like in the Spice Girls song
hit, yeah.
about condoms. About condoms.
yeah.
Put it on, because the night is the night I take. Sorry,
Hang on.
Huh?
But two wouldn't become one, really, if they put it on.
if they were putting it on, there would be
Yeah.
a protective sheath between them,
Yeah.
which is great.
Yeah.
But so the left-hand side of my what do you call this? The
Neck.
neck hair. Good
Yeah.
morning, by the way, guys. Has joined round to the hair at the back of my neck.
Oh,
It's
right.
joined up, so I can have a neck beard if I wanted.
You kind of have a bit.
Thanks, guys. So that's this morning's show.
Across beds, hearts, and bucks.
This is
Here's,
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Here's a phrase you don't say very often. I'm about to play an excellent Def Leppard version of a Paul McCartney song. I know! What a nut sentence. I know, Def Leppard are covering an obscure Paul McCartney song. Are you kidding me? I nearly said it, Kells. I nearly said the rude version of that. Now, unions say that proposed job cuts in the probation service risks endangering the public as officers will get less face-to-face contact with those they supervise. The private company, Sodexo, which runs community rehabilitation services, is proposing a 40% cut in staff across the country and a 10% cut across Beds, Herts and Bucks. Ben, tell us more about these cuts.
Yeah, so across Beds, Herts and Bucks, as well as Cambs and Northants, the unions say Sodexo is proposing 49 redundancies out of a total workforce of 400. Nationally, they say that 436 redundancies are proposed. Now, NAPO say there is already a staffing shortage. Unison, another union, are saying there has been no new recruitment and lots of new work has been taken on by the current staff. Sodexo, like you say, are a private company which has taken over the community rehabilitation companies which employ probation officers and help reintegrate people into the community.
How's this going to affect me?
Well, essentially, it's these probation officers won't be able to provide as much face-to-face contact to people who have been let out, and therefore they're concerned that by talking to people over the phone in call centres, which would replace this, there isn't going to be that same kind of supervision. Anyone who's in maybe a complex situation won't get the same kind of intervention they may have been able to access, and they say that will have a big impact on public protection. Further down the line, instead of probation officers coming around, they're saying people on probation will visit ATM machines similar to that, and they will simply input kind of their responses into that. They say NAPO, who we've been talking about, the National Association of Probation Officers, says Sodexo did include these job cuts when they made the bid to the MOJ to take over this contract. However, they say these changes are coming in so fast after they've taken over the contract in just February.
Okay, and what does Sodexo say?
Sodexo say we've shared details of a voluntary severance offer and our proposed staffing levels with employees at our 6 community rehabilitation companies. Given that we are formally consulting on plans, it would be inappropriate to comment further at this stage.
Of course it would!
Now, when I go walking down the road, people come up to me and they say, excuse me, Frank, will you tell us about that song you wrote? I say, oh, which song's that, actually? And they say, you know that one. I say, oh, yes, I will tell you. How I wrote Elastic Man, how I wrote the Elastic Man, how I wrote the Elastic Man, how I wrote the Elastic Man. Right, do you want to go, little Frank? Oh, yes, right, please. Come on then, and I'll join you on the chorus. Every day I get up and read my books. Is that alright? Yes, that's good. And every day I also sit in my box. So take the skinheads bowling, take them bowling. Take the skinheads bowling, take them bowling. Oh, little Frank, la da 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 da, little Frank, la da da da. Little Frank struck again. Oh yes, he struck again. All together now. Love, love will tear us apart again. Love, love will tear us apart again. I'm alone in my room. Oh yeah. And my mum does not know.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's looking quiet so far this morning, though. On the motorways on the M1, there's roadworks going on in both directions between junction 12 for Flitwick and 11 for Dunstable. There's a lane closed in both directions there, so that could get busy later on this morning. In Milton Keynes, it's still quiet, and on Standing Way at the Kingston roundabout. Stop it! At the Kingston roundabout, expect delays because of roadwork still going on there. And on the train departure boards, there are no problems showing up at the moment. Samantha Bruff, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Samantha Bruff feeling very, very rough. What happened to you? Were you shouting at a pop concert? Were you at a pop concert going, Zayn! Zayn! And you lost your voice?
For 10 whole days, you know.
Oh, we've had that guy. I'll be honest, the guy was brilliant that came in. He was brilliant, wasn't he, Kels?
Yeah.
He was brilliant. And it's because you lost your voice.
Do you like him better than me?
Yes.
Oh. Well.
But you sound butcher than he does.
Yes.
Does. So that's what happened to your voice? Was it just like bronchial, or was it shouting? We having an argument?
I spent 10 days in a field. 10 whole days just for fun. Didn't get in the lake.
What were you doing in the field, my darling?
Making a radio station.
Okay, she's gone nuts. Why would you make a radio station? There are loads already. I can think of 3. Heart. I can think of 1. Oh, this one. I can think of 2. This one. 1.5. This one and Heart. Morning, guys. Iain Lee, BBC Three Counties Radio. These are your headlines. Unions say that proposed job cuts in the probation service risk endangering the public with a 10% cut across beds, hearts and bucks. The Home Office... Oh. Guys, anyone want a bit of the new studio? Anyone? To the person who broke the Studio One and thought they could fix it by putting a little bit of glue on it, you've been busted. The Home Office, tunnel, residents, Watford, boom shakalak. There we go.
Get more from BBC Three Counties Radio online by liking our Facebook page.
Take part in our conversations,
including what we talk about every afternoon.
Well, it's kind of how most taxes work. So most taxes work that, on the first bit you pay no tax, on the next bit you pay basic rate tax, on the next bit you pay 40%.
I missed that bit. See pictures and videos you won't get anywhere else.
What we're going to do today is take you around for a lap of the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit, all 3.66 miles, which will be used for this year's British Grand Prix.
Get more from BBC Three Counties Radio online by liking our Facebook page at facebook.com/BBC3CR.
Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. That's 30 seconds. So, oh, dinosaurs. I wouldn't say that about the Funboy 3. I think they're still relevant today. But then I'm a dinosaur. So, yesterday, things hotted up in the world of football, and I'm looking forward to hearing the street perspective on this, J-Dog. So, international nutter Vladimir Putin, he only comes out and says that Sepp Blatter deserves a Nobel Prize. What for? For having big pockets? For being able to take the backhander? For being a player? And you know what? I kind of agree with Putin on this one. I agree very little with Putin. He's an idiot. But the whole thing about him saying that Sepp Blatter deserves a Nobel Prize, he doesn't specify which type of Nobel Prize. Maybe we can help on that. Is it a peace one? It's not the science one. Is it the science one? It wouldn't be I don't think there is a Nobel Prize for football. Nobel Prize for being a player? I mean, if there's not, there should be. 03459 455 555. Why do we in this country have this real attitude? There was that comedian the other day chucking money at Sepp Blatter. Well, that's disrespectful. Why have we in this country got a problem with Sepp? The man is a legend. 03459 455 555 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Now, some people living in a block of flats in Watford say their lives are being ruined by floods. Some of the residents of Attenborough Court have been forced to move into a hotel following last Thursday's thunderstorms. They claim to have received little help from their housing association. Jade Grolton is head of the Residents Flood Action Group and joins me now. Morning, Jade.
Good morning, Ian.
So what happened?
Well, it was actually the fourth flood within 3 years that us residents have encountered. When there's particularly heavy rain, we're at the bottom of 3 hills, and therefore all the drain water comes down, and particularly the same 6 flats get flooded every time.
So it's 6 flats it affects, is it?
Well, it affects 24 in total because it affects 2 different blocks.
Yeah.
But there's 6 flats in total that get the same amount of water damage each time.
And how much water damage is it?
Well, we're talking like almost to their knees in water.
Blimey. That's a little bit more than damage, isn't it? That's your proper your actual flooding.
Yes, exactly.
And what do these people have to do when they've got water up to their knees?
Well, the last couple of times the fire brigade have been called out to pump the water out.
Yep.
And then they've pretty much been left to clean it up themselves.
Oh.
Yep.
Who should be cleaning it up?
Well, we are under Origin Housing, who are in charge of the internal areas. But actually it's Red Rock Management Company that are in charge of the land and the communal areas.
But why is it up to them to clean it up? I mean, they should help get the water out. But once the water's out, is it not the residents' responsibility to clean it up, or the insurance company?
Well, they've tried to claim for insurance because it's actually insufficient drainage.
Yeah.
But apparently the insurance company won't pay out, even though the builders have admitted liability.
Oh. So why won't the insurance pay out?
That we're not aware of because Red Rock aren't willing to talk to us residents at the moment.
Right. So I'm just trying to get my head around this because it's a little bit tricky. And I'm like, how much financial damage is it? How much does it cost to replace the stuff that's been damaged? Because that's what the insurance will cover, isn't it? The things like the carpets and the furniture and bits and pieces.
Yeah. That I don't know because I'm not one of the actual flats affected.
Right.
But I know, I mean, one of the girls has had to replace her sofa, replace her bed. She hasn't put carpet down in the flat in the 3 years that we've all lived here because it happened within the first year that we were here. And she's not willing to put it down in case, obviously, it keeps happening.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah.
So what do you want to see done?
Well, we would really like Origin Housing to fight our case a little more and get Red Rock, the management company, to put sufficient drainage in so that the problem doesn't happen again. People just want to be able to live with knowing that they're not going to get flooded, the lift's not going to be broken down because that was flooded, and people can just get about their everyday business.
OK, well, listen, Jade, you've made your point. Fingers crossed something happens. Appreciate your time.
Hot town, summer in the city, back of my neck getting dirt and gritty. Been down, isn't it a pity? Doesn't seem to be a shadow in the city. All around, people looking half dead, walking on the sidewalk harder than a match here. But at night it's a different world. Go out and find a girl. Come on and dance all night. Despite the heat, it'll be alright. And babe, don't you know it's a pity the days can't be like the nights in the summer, in the city, in the summer, in the city. Cool town, meeting in the city, dressed so fine and looking so pretty. Cool cat, looking for a kitty, gonna look in every corner of the city. Till I'm wheezing like a bus stop, running up the stairs, gonna meet you on the rooftop. But at night it's a different world. Go out and find a girl. Come on and dance all night. Despite the heat, it'll be alright. And babe, don't you know it's a pity the days can't be like the nights in the summer, in the city, in the summer, in the city. Doesn't seem to be a shadow in the city. All around, people looking half dead, walking on the sidewalk harder than a match head. But now it's a different world. Go out and find a girl. Come on and dance all night. Despite the heat, it'll be alright. And babe, don't you know it's a pity the days can't be like the nights in the summer, in the city, summer, in the city.
I'm feeling cocky. I'm feeling cocky-locky. And I'll stop feeling cocky-locky and continue with the show. I need a... do you know what? Let's do it. Let's bring it on. My iPod this morning, the shuffle on my iPod was as sweet as a nut. Every song was a joy. It was a winner. So I would like today, this morning, accept a challenge from the listener. We need someone who's got an iPod, an MP3 player, a music system they can set to shuffle, and I will challenge them to a game of iPod roulette. I'm feeling the vibe, Kelly. I'm not. I'm trying to manufacture the vibe, Kelly. So I need someone to come on with an MP3 player, an iPod, whatever you want to call it. Come on. Set it to shuffle, and we have 3 rounds, and we see who's got the best music on their iPod. Bring it on. You want some of that, kids? 03459 455 555.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's starting to get busier on the M25 anti-clockwise round junction 19 for Watford. In Bricketwood on the North Orbital Road, it's busy at the M25 junction 21A roundabout. And in Chalfont St Giles on Amersham Road, it's being resurfaced at Button House Farm Lane, so that could cause some delays later on. Looking at the train departure boards, there are no problems showing up at the moment. Samantha Bruff, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Across beds, hearts and bugs.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's 6:30. I'm Simon Oxley. Unions say that proposed job cuts in the probation service risk endangering the public, with a 10% cut across beds, hearts and bucks. The Home Office says it's spending a further £7 million to secure the Channel Tunnel. Home Secretary Theresa May will chair a meeting of the government's Emergency Cobra Committee today. Health officials have put forward new guidance for the best way to care for dying patients, replacing the controversial Liverpool Care Pathway system. And residents at a block of flats in Watford have been forced to move to a hotel after flooding caused by the recent thunderstorms.
Three Counties Sport.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Wins for Luton and Wycombe, defeats for Watford and Milton Keynes Dons in last night's pre-season friendlies. Watford suffered their first pre-season defeat, going down 2-1 at Cardiff. Troy Deeney scored the Hornets' goal. MK Dons lost 3-1 at home to Spanish side Getafe, with Joe Walsh scoring for the home side. Luton beat Brentford 2-1 at Kenilworth Road. Goals from Luke Wilkinson and Calvin Zola. Former Stevenage striker Zola is on trial with the Hatters. Fellow trialist Craig McHale-Smith didn't feature but was at the game. Manager John Still is hinting a deal will be announced at the weekend. And Wycombe won 3-1 at Basingstoke with goals from Marcus Bean, Anthony Stewart and Ryan Sellers. The third Ashes test gets underway at Edgbaston this morning with the series level at 1-1. Watford's Steve Finn could return for England, who have a fitness doubt over bowler Mark Wood. Here's captain Alistair Cook.
The break has done us good. The lads seem in really good spirits. They've all gone away but also worked pretty hard behind the scenes, and raring to go tomorrow. For us as a side, it's just a fantastic opportunity now. It's 1-1 in a big Ashes series in the third test match, great ground to play out, and the opportunity's there as the underdog to go and produce something like we did at Cardiff.
Watford teenager Carl Langford has joined the likes of Mo Farah and Jessica Ennis-Hill in the Great Britain squad for next month's World Championships. The 19-year-old will run in the 800 metres. Milton Keynes Olympic long jump champion Greg Rutherford and Hertfordshire sprinter Jodie Williams are also included. And the fixtures for the new English Premier League ice hockey season have been announced. Milton Keynes Lightning start at home to Bracknell on Saturday, September the 12th. BBC Three Counties News and Sport. The next full bulletin at 7.
Domingo, dancing for French cameras, kicking up her fat white thighs. She looks at me and suddenly there's water in my eyes. I like sleeping in your shirt, stinks of smoke and all your dirt, makes me think of you sometimes. Lying on my own with water in my eyes.
I could probably kill a lion. I think I could kill a lion. If I had to kill a lion, I could probably kill a lion. Oh, by the way, 03459 455 555. You've got an iPod or a computer that you can set the songs to shuffle, phone up, let's have a game. Yeah? You think your music's hard enough? If you think your music's tough enough, then let's have a game. I don't normally do it here. I do it at the other place, but I'm just kind of feeling the vibe. So, yeah, I could shoot a lion. I mean, I wouldn't want if it was right. If it was charging towards my children, and I couldn't rescue them. This is a bit heavy. We need some light music. Hang on a second. Lighten the mood. This is heavy. Oh, there you go. Oh, that's a bit morbid, actually, isn't it? No, that's all right. No, that's all right. So if the lion was charging towards my children, I could kill it. Okay. If it was charging towards me, I could kill it. My wife, I mean, she's a big girl. She can look after herself. And when I say kill it, I mean I could shoot it, Could stab it. I don't think I'd bow and arrow it. Unlike this plum, a US hunter is accused of... Aren't all American citizens hunters, really, if we look at their history and their gun laws? A US hunter is accused of bribing gamekeepers so he could shoot dead a famous protected lion called Cecil. Now, here's the thing. Who names their lions? Why the hell would you name a lion? The big cat, fitted with its own GPS tracker by Oxford University. Oh, that's why we're interested, because we put technology on it. Was killed with a crossbow, skinned and beheaded in Zimbabwe. Oh, it's in Zimbabwe. It's not like it's in a zoo or something. Police are looking... He's a dentist. The fella that did it is he's a dentist. Police are looking for dentist Walter Palmer. Both those names have got L's, has got silent L's in. Walter Palmer. Accusing him of bribing gamekeepers with £35,000. Flipping it. That's a lot of money, isn't it? To shoot a lion. I wonder, now here's the thing that we're all thinking. What do lions taste of? For some reason I got into a bizarre fantasy yesterday about eating an elephant. And I don't know why, but it something appealed to me about it. The lion, known for his distinctive black mane, was lured from a national park with an animal carcass tied to a truck. Oh, these guys did the clever way of hunting. They tied an animal carcass to a truck. His skinless, headless body was found on the outskirts of the Hwange Park. The killing sparked... Get this, Kyle.
Oh, yeah, I'm listening.
Hey, is it Kyle or is it Big Frank?
Do you know, I've got a cold, so I do sound a bit like that, boss.
Oh, blimey, boss. Don't tell me, Mum. The killing sparked social media fury. There was fury on social media.
Oh.
Comic Ricky Gervais wrote, "It's not for food. It's not the shooting or tin cans would do. It must just be the thrill of killing. Mental." Good point, well made, Rick. Police arrested 2 locals on poaching charges, and they are looking for Palmer. They could face up to 15 years in jail. A spokesperson for the dad of 2 said, "What he'll tell you is he had the proper legal permits. He's not denying he may be the person who shot this lion. The dentist has previously posted pictures online posing with other animals he has hunted, including a rhino." Well, he sounds like a tough guy, Kyle.
Well, I wouldn't meet him in a dark alley.
Well, I wouldn't meet him in the Serengeti. I certainly wouldn't chase. I mean, part of the responsibility has to be put on the lion's shoulders, doesn't it? I mean, if you're going to chase a dead carcass tied to a truck, you've got to know that something is afoot there, haven't you?
Well, so what are people actually complaining about then? What's the main complaint?
Do you know what? That's actually a brilliant question. Let me go back to the story, because we're all going, oh, bad, oh, he shot a lion. And do you know what? I'm not particularly keen on lion hunting, but raw anger, outrage... Oh, OK. The sub-line gives it away. They're angry because this lion's a celebrity. Outrage as US hunter pays to kill park's famous lion. So he went on safari, where you pay people to allow you to kill their animals. They're upset that they killed. Oh, I was thinking of something funny to say, but my brain froze, so I cut. Ben Stiller in Madagascar. It's a lion in a cartoon.
Oh.
So they're angry that he's famous. It's a good point. I mean, I'm not. Can someone tell me why the world is so angry with this guy, please? 03459. Why am I struggling with that? It's time to hang up the old microphone and headphones and go home. 03459 455 555. I don't quite get why people are so angry with it. Good question, Kyle. Thanks, mate. What do you want?
I was going to play iPod roulette because, I'm not good. I keep losing, so I was going to have another go.
Okay, the way this works, Kelly, I need you. But I need you more than want you. And I want you more than need you. We're back to Bread, Leslie's favourite band. So the way it works, Kelly...
Yes.
We have 3 rounds. I'm going to let Carl go first because I'm a gent. We set our iPods to shuffle. Is it an iPod you're using, Kyle?
It is an iPod. I don't mind. I thought, normally, do you not toss for it or see whether you go first?
I'm too tired.
Oh, okay.
We're going to assume that you tossed first, okay? And you won the toss. So, Kyle's going to go first. He sets his iPod to shuffle. A random song comes up.
What if they're swearing?
We don't play it. We don't play it. Just guys, geezers.
You don't press play straight away?
I do this at the other place, and they're much squarer there. I'll tell you something later on. Yeah. So he goes first. Then the song comes up. He tells us the song and the title. He has one option to pass. I play. You decide who the winner is. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. There's 3 rounds. Best of 3. Carl, spin the wheel. What you got?
Okay, I'm spinning it now.
By spin, I mean set to shuffle.
Well, that's false. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got Walk on the Wild Boys, which is I believe the kids call it, a mashup.
Walk on the Wild Boys. So that would be... let me work this out. Let me deconstruct that mathematically. That would be Lou Reed, Walk on the Wild Side, and Wild Boys by Duran.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Duran. Okay. You want to stick with that?
I'm going to stick with that.
It sounds pony. Right, I'm hitting my shuffle button. It does, it sounds pony. Hang on a minute. Mine's... I got this. It's alright. Yeah, it's See You Tonight by Kiss, Unplugged. I'll see you in my time.
No idea.
And it's okay.
Know all the words.
I've not heard it for a long time. So, Kelly Betts, I'm going to pass.
You're going to pass?
I'm going to pass on Kiss.
Okay.
I'm using my pass up in round 1. I go to the next song. Oh, sir.
Oh, yes.
Yes, hang on. Oh, Kyle, do you really think you can beat Randy Scousegit by the Monkees with your mush-up?
Oh.
Kelly Betts,
Well, no.
Who is the winner of round 1, please?
That one, please, the Monkees.
The Monkees, thank you very much indeed. It's 1-0, Kyle.
Yeah.
1-0. 1-0, as I said.
I'm losing.
Kyle, it's round 2. I get to go first. I hit the shuffle button. Oh, Kyle. Okay. It's Good Vibrations live from a bootleg. Gives it a bit of street cred, bit of hip. It's the Beach Boys. It's Good Vibrations. It's live. Kyle, beat that if you dare.
Oh, right. I'm spinning it, or as you say,
My iPod is
shuffling
on fire today, and I should sort that out probably.
You're not leaning on the wheel, are you, by any chance?
I'm not leaning on the wheel.
Checking.
Okay, good. Always good to check.
Okay, I've got The Long and Winding Road by the Beatles, the Let It Be Naked version.
Okay, the Let It Be... Oh. So he's got Beatles, Let It Be Naked, Long and Winding Road, or Beach Boys Good Vibrations live. Kelly Betts?
I think I'll go for the Beatles one.
Oh, Kyle! Who do you love? Who do you love? Kyle, we're down to the last spin of the wheel. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
We'll do it after this.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
The M25 is getting busier anti-clockwise between junction 17 for Maple Cross and 15 for the M40. It's also busy anti-clockwise between junction 21 for the M1 and 19 for Watford. And the North Orbital Road is busy at the M25 junction 21A roundabout. On the A1 southbound, it's slow from the Holiday Inn towards the Stirling corner. And on the train departure boards, there are no delays showing up there. But if you're using the London Underground, the Northern Line is suspended at the moment between Stockwell and Morden because of a power cut. Samantha Brough, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Morning, Iain Lee, BBC Three Counties Radio, 6:45. Weather coming up soon. Before that, though, these are your headlines. Unions say that proposed job cuts in the probation service risk endangering the public, with a 10% cut across beds, Herts and Bucks. The Home Office says it's spending a further £7 million to secure the Channel Tunnel, and residents at a block of flats in Watford have been forced to move to a hotel after flooding caused by the recent thunderstorms. Let's get the weather.
Beds, Herts and Bucks weather.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Hello, good morning to you. We start on a pretty chilly note this morning, actually. It does feel quite cool out there. We've got some cloud as well across the 3 counties. And the story of the day today is really that we will be generally dry for a good deal of it. But it is that cool start where it's 6 degrees near Milton Keynes at the moment and just 7 or 8 degrees elsewhere across the 3 counties. And we've got some cloud really to bubble up as we go through the afternoon. So even if you do have a bit of brightness now, and I know some parts of Bedfordshire do right now, you'll see some cloud increasing, a cool northwesterly wind. A lot of dry weather for the day today, but we could see some showers just by the end of the afternoon, pushing on those northwesterly winds towards us. So I think cool, bright spells is what we're looking at. Showers by the end of the afternoon and a top temperature in the very best of it of 17 Celsius. But we've got pressure building towards the west. That's going to settle us down from tomorrow onwards, and slowly we start to warm up, as it were, up in the high teens or 20 Celsius by Saturday into Sunday as well. Perhaps the low 20s by Monday, and a lot of dry weather in the coming days.
Thank you very much.
BBC Introducing.
Are we feeling good?
This Saturday night, BBC Introducing is live from Stand and Calling.
So, welcome back to the BBC Introducing stage.
To celebrate the 10th anniversary of this great event, we've got a BBC Introducing stage at the festival, and we'll bring you all the highlights and live performances from across the weekend.
All right, check it out. We're going to try something now. This is a kind of new song.
Break this world and let my boys become.
Listen to BBC Introducing at Stand and Calling.
You have a whole weekend full of fun. I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you to the BBC Introducing team.
Stand and Calling this Saturday night from 8 on BBC 3 Counties Radio.
And we've got some BBC Introducing news coming up in a bit. We quite often one of the joys of sitting opposite Kelly, Kyle, is not only do I get to have a look whenever I want, I also get the rejects from BBC Introducing.
All right, sorry. Do you say you get to have a look whenever you want?
Pretty much.
Unbelievable. I can't. What? You see everything?
As much as I want.
Blimey.
Yeah.
Oh, blimey.
But blimey, boss. But the best thing is I get the rejected tracks from BBC Introducing, and we've got a corker. And it's not rejected because it was poor. It was rejected because it was too political, and they like to try and keep BBC Introducing apolitical. You know, it's about the music, you know, and they don't want to get a political message across. Well, I said, whoa, listen, that is not a political message, Kelly. It's a message of peace. And I'm going to take the piece, and I'm going to have the piece. I'm going to have a piece on my show. So, got a great song coming up in a bit. But Kyle, it's back to round 3, the deciding round of iPod Roulette. It's 1-1, sir. Over to you. What you got?
Okay, I'm just going to press shuffle again.
You press that.
Have I still got a pass left?
You still got a pass left? Yes, boss. He's got a pass left, isn't it?
He has got a pass left. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's come up?
Kelly's having a Northern then.
What's come up?
All Day and All of the Night by the Crouch End Choir version.
Oh, it's a stinky version. It's a stinky version. Are you passing on that?
No, I'll stick with that.
Oh, you're sticking with a stinky version?
Oh, well, the other option, the next one that came up was Ghostbusters by Ray Davies Jr.
Ray Davies Jr. Hang on a second. So you mean you looked at what the alternate was going to be and you stuck with the original? Because that goes against everything that's sacred.
No, I just pressed shuffle again to see what came up, and it was Ray Parker Jr.
And so hang on, you're going... Let me get this right. You want to stick with the Crouch End Choir version of All Day and All of the Night instead of going for Ghostbusters?
No, all right, I'll go for Ghostbusters.
Flipping it! It's like talking to a bit of jelly, isn't it? Okay, well, you've made things a little bit more difficult, but I'm just going to hit my shuffle. Hang on a minute, here we go. Oh. Only God Gave Rock and Roll to You by Kiss. Kiss heavy today.
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh. Kelly? What are you going to go for? Ghostbusters or the classic? Which one are you going to go for?
What did you just say?
I did the hi-hat. Which one do you reckon, Kelly? You're the judge. It's you're honest call. Your call. It's you know. Your
and
call.
is it the theme to Ghostbusters? As in, who are you going to call?
It's Ghostbusters. Is it? Well, yeah, it's Ghostbusters, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. It's up to you, Kels.
I think I'm going to go for a bit of Ghostbusters.
Kyle, you won. I get to play my song, so I win.
Oh, we're all winners, really.
We're all winners, aren't we, Carl? Thank you for that, mate. Ta-ta.
Cheers.
Yeah, I think Ghostbusters won, but this is still a good song, huh?
Do you know what you want? You don't know for sure. You don't feel right. You can't find the cure. And you're getting less than what you're looking for. You don't have money or a fancy car. When you're tired of wishing on a falling star, you gotta put your faith in a loud guitar. God gave rock and roll to you. Gave rock and roll to you. Gave rock and roll to everyone. God gave rock and roll to you. Gave rock and roll to you. Put it in the soul of everyone. Now listen, if you wanna be a singer or play guitar, man, you gotta sweat or you won't get far. 'Cause it's never too late to work 9 to 5. You can take a stand or you can compromise. You can work real hard or just fantasize. But you don't start living till you realize. I gotta tell you, God gave rock and roll to you. Gave rock and roll to you. Gave rock and roll to everyone. God gave rock and roll to you. Gave rock and roll to you. Put it in your soul. God gave rock and roll to you. Gave rock and roll to you. Gave rock and roll to everyone. God gave rock and roll to you. Gave rock and roll to you. Say rock and roll for everyone. Say rock and roll. Gave rock and roll to you. Gave rock and roll to you. Gave rock and roll to everyone. Oh yeah. God gave rock and roll to you. Gave rock and roll to you. Put it in the soul of everyone. Gave rock and roll to you. Gave rock and roll to everyone.
Morning, guys.
I know life sometimes can get tough, and I know
Kyle asked a good question.
but people, we have been given a gift, we have been given a road, and
That road's name is rock and roll, yeah. Why is everyone so angry with the Lion Man? Not the Elephant Man. No one's angry with that guy. They've got sympathy and respect for that guy. But the Lion Man, Justin, everyone's angry with the Lion Man. And Kyle, the question is excellent. Why?
Well, I saw it on the front page of the papers this morning when I picked them up earlier. Just remind me what's going on with the Lion Man?
He went to I don't know, let's say Zimbabwe, I don't know, right?
Yeah.
And he paid some dude £35,000 so that he could shoot a lion. And he shot a lion. I mean, it's not brilliant, it's not particularly pleasant, but he shot a lion. Why is everyone so angry?
Well, personally, I am angry about that, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, but why?
Well,
are you as angry as Ricky Gervais? Ricky Gervais sent a tweet.
I mean, why would anybody in their right mind want to pay to go and shoot an animal? Don't get that, personally.
But why are you angry?
Because you're killing a living creature.
Right.
That's why I'm angry. It's murder.
Yeah, well, no, but Justin,
It's murder, yes.
right. You know where I'm going with this, don't you?
What? Why's the bell gone off, by the way?
It's the cliche bell.
What, murder is a cliche? It's fact.
What did you have for breakfast yesterday?
Yesterday morning, what did I have for breakfast? I had a sausage sandwich.
Correct, mate. Right. And yeah, right. And the farmer that farmed that sausage sandwich is going to get next to nothing for the sausage.
Yeah.
Those poor workers out in the Serengeti, they got 35,000 quid.
Yeah, they did, but I'm not on about that. I'm on about the person. Why would anybody in their right mind want to go and pay to kill an animal?
Hang on,
It's
mate,
disgraceful.
you just went straight to the chomping bit. you went and chopped down on a sausage.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but what would you pay £35,000 to go and kill a creature?
It's irrelevant because I haven't got that much money.
If I had to kill animals to eat myself, I wouldn't be eating animals. Simple as that. I couldn't do it. I don't want to know what goes on.
I tell you what, can you take it to the streets?
Yep.
Why are people so angry? Because I'm not condoning it. I think what he did was stupid, but I don't know why we're all so angry. We're angry because it's an animal, it's a lion. Trust me, if that lion had got to your kids, it would eat them.
Very true.
You know what I mean? I've got no sympathy for the lion.
It's like when these people sponsor lions. Oh, I'm going to sponsor them. And then suddenly I will say to them, I say, well, if you're going to sponsor a creature, if you come face to face with it and you say, well, listen, I'm sponsoring you for a year, he won't listen to that advice. He'll just eat you.
Thing is, you sponsor those animals as well. You don't get any letters. You don't get any phone calls, nothing. Justin, we'll do that in the next hour. And we've got a busy show for you this morning because we've also got a brilliant song that I need you to take to the streets. Before that, though, I've listened to this.
Я думаю, что вот такие люди, как господин Блаттер, такие руководители других.
Yeah, that's right. That's President. I'm sure most of you know that's President Putin of the Russia saying that Sepp Blatter is a player, a geezer, and should be given. Hang on.
И благодарности со стороны.
The Nobel Prize for his work.
Yes.
And as you know, Justin, we are big supporters of Sepp Blatter here on this show.
Yes, absolutely. I've taken this one to the streets, asking people this morning, Sepp Blatter, the man, the legend, the player, the geezer, does he deserve recognition for all the fantastic things that he's done? Here's what the streets had to say. How are you this morning, Claire?
I'm tired, going to work.
Okay, would you like a little back rub on the way? Would that help?
That'd be nice.
Okay, Claire. Sepp Blatter, the man deserves recognition, doesn't he?
I suppose so. Whether it's right or wrong, yeah.
We'll take it as a yes then.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, take care.
No.
Beg your pardon?
No.
Gray, how's the vibe this morning?
Vibe is pretty good, yeah.
Okay. Gray, going to put a question to you man to man, okay? Sepp Blatter, the man deserves recognition for all the fantastic work he's done over the years. Surely, as somebody who's clearly clued up, you would go along with that, wouldn't you?
Well, no, because I don't think he's done nothing for this country, I don't think. No, I don't think he
Man's
has.
a legend.
No, not in my eyes he's not, because ever since I've known football, he's rejected this country.
Yeah, of course he does, to some extent, some level, yeah.
Yeah, deserves recognition.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, to you, when you see him, do you think legend?
No, I don't. A legend shouldn't have that level of
Do you think player?
Player? No, I don't.
Okay, so you don't think he's a legend, you don't think he's a player. Do you think he's a geezer?
Geezer.
Thank you, Justin. Excellent.
News for beds, cards, and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
The M25 is very busy anti-clockwise from junction 21 for the M1 to 18 for Chorleywood. It's also slow on the A1 southbound from the Holiday Inn towards Sterling Corner. And there are some problems on the trains. Virgin Trains West Coast and London Midland services between Milton Keynes Central and London Euston are delayed. Samantha Breath, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Don't whisper, Sammy. It makes it worse.
Okay.
She threw that advice right back in my face.
Local and vocal across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's 7 o'clock. I'm Simon Oxley. The headlines: Cobra meeting to discuss Channel Tunnel crisis, union fears for probation service, and flooding woe for Watford residents.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
The Home Office says it's spending a further £7 million to secure the Channel Tunnel. 2,000 migrants are thought to have stormed the terminal on Monday night trying to get to the UK. The Freight Transport Association has called on the government to consider deploying British troops. David Cameron says Home Secretary Theresa May will chair a meeting of the government's Emergency Cobra Committee today.
I have every sympathy with holidaymakers who are finding access to Calais difficult because of the disturbances there, and we'll do everything we can to work with the French to bring these things to a conclusion. But it's not a satisfactory situation.
Unions say that proposed job cuts in the probation service risk endangering the public. The company running the Community Rehabilitation Service is proposing a 40% cut in staff across the country and a 10% cut across Beds, Herts and Bucks. More from Tony Fisher.
Both the National Association of Probation Officers and Unison have written to the Justice Secretary to ask him to confirm whether he's authorised the job losses from the point of view of community safety. NAPO say there'll be less face-to-face contact with those they supervise, and as a result, officers won't be able to offer the same kind of support. The company proposing the cuts, Sodexo, say that as they are formally consulting on plans, it would be inappropriate to comment further at this stage.
Health officials have put forward new guidance for the best way to care for dying patients. The draft guidelines from the watchdog NICE replace the controversial Liverpool Care Pathway system. Police overtime in England and Wales cost almost £1 billion over the last 3 years and went up by £6 million last year, according to data provided to the BBC following a Freedom of Information request. In Bedfordshire, the overtime bill went up by 50%, partly due to gaps in recruitment. People living in a block of flats in Watford say their lives are being ruined by water flooding the building. Some of the residents of Attenborough Court have been forced to move into a hotel following last Thursday's thunderstorms. More from Ollie Bayliss.
2 blocks of flats on Attenborough Court near Bushey Station have been flooding regularly since 2012, causing damage to the flats, communal area and the lift. The residents feel they have received little help from their housing association, despite repeatedly raising concerns. Origin Housing have blamed a blocked drain for the problem, but they say they are attempting to address the issue by digging gullies in the adjacent Pinner Road.
The story of the code breakers of the First World War is being celebrated during a royal visit to Bletchley Park today. The Duke of Kent will meet relatives of some of those highlighted in the exhibition. The road to Bletchley Park tells the story of Signals Intelligence, who paved the way for the code breakers of World War II. In sport, there were wins for Luton and Wickham, but defeats for Watford and Milton Keynes Dons in last night's pre-season friendlies. And the third Ashes Test gets underway at Edgbaston this morning, with the series level at 1-1. The weather dry and sunny this morning. Heavy showers, though, this afternoon, a maximum temperature 19 degrees Celsius. And you can get the latest news and sport online at bbc.co.uk/3 counties.
Wowzers. Russ is Mandingo. Now, is Mandingo a word? I think Mandingo is a word. I don't quite know what that word means. I'm going to go with Mandingo. Oh. Russ is Mandingo. Ian, Kelly, I want to play iPod roulette. Change the rules. No passes. I don't need them. Wowzers. Russ, we may speak to you after 7:30. We may speak to you before 7:30, the way it's going this morning. Right. Few things. Sepp Blatter has been said by Putin he deserves a Nobel Prize. Well, what prize would you give him? And Putin's got a point, hasn't he? And also, everyone's really angry about the fella what done shoot the lion. I mean, I'm not condoning it. I wouldn't necessarily do it, but why is everyone so angry with it? 03459 455 555.
Across Beds, Herts and Bucks.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
I mean, it's stupid and, well, I don't know if it is that stupid, really, but I certainly wouldn't condone it. But I don't understand this furore. Is it because it's an animal? It's So everyone was getting their knickers in a twist yesterday about that silly story about the dead woman's will, where it was all supposed to go towards animals, and then it went to her daughter instead, and everyone's going, "Oh, poor animals! Oh, poor animals!" Well, you know what? I like animals, but I like people more. Some people more. Some people are complete and utter. Now, unions are warning that cuts to probation services could endanger the public. The private company, Sodexo, are looking to cut around 40% of staff across the country. Iain Lawrence is General Secretary of NAPO and joins me now. Morning, Iain.
Good morning to you.
These are just proposals at the moment. It's not definitely happening, is it?
No, these are firm proposals from Sodexo, and what this organisation are doing is what we warned would happen when Chris Grayling privatised the probation service. And we're now seeing, in this company at least, an announcement of job cuts in the order of about 450 or thereabouts, and we are seriously opposed to it.
When's it going to happen? When's it going to happen?
Well, at the moment, we're having one hell of a row with Sodexo over the way they sidestep their responsibilities to at least offer voluntary redundancy terms to the first tranche of staff that they wish to see leave. Now, there's a national agreement that says if people have to go, and we accept that these organisations will want to make some reductions, that should be done in a way that treats people fairly. But that isn't happening. They're not negotiating with us, and they're basically trying to intimidate people into taking a substandard offer. So this shows what sort of outfit they are, really.
So when are the first jobs going to be lost?
Well, we expect that by September,
right,
the first tranche of people will leave. We don't know exactly how many at this stage. And again, I'd like to be able to tell you that.
Yeah.
Had the company engaged with us, it would have been a lot easier.
How's it going to impact on me and my listeners? What are you worried the effect of these job losses will be?
Sure. I think the big issue for us has always been the risk to public safety, community safety. Now, the services provided by these rehabilitation companies run by Sodexo and others are such that the clients they supervise, people who've been on short-term sentences or low or medium-risk offenders as classed as such, will be out there in the community. They need proper supervision from people that know what they're doing. Our concern is less skilled officers out there in the communities means people being recruited at lesser rates of pay, not knowing what they're doing, people milling around the system for weeks at a time, unsupervised. And we've already seen last year in some serious cases that the danger that can present to the public.
So explain to those people who don't know why probation services are so important.
They maintain a link between clients who have served a prison sentence or on licence or on a community order, a range of tariffs that the judiciary can impose, and we ensure that the supervision they get means they're monitored, means they're under report, means that they're seen by people who can spot changes in behaviour, changes in domestic circumstances. Many of these people present themselves as substance, alcohol and mental health issues. So it takes skilled people to actually, manage clients like this and make sure they're not wandering around the community, getting themselves back into trouble, back into prison, and ending up in a cycle of recidivism.
And do you genuinely think, Iain, that if these jobs go and they're either not filled or they're filled by people who haven't got the training that your members have, that members of the public could be at risk?
We do believe that. We said that all along, and it's not scaremongering, and we want proper protection for our communities. Unfortunately, the investment's never been there in the probation service in the way we want, and we don't see any sign that it's going to happen under these people. Our message to Sodexo is to think again about your job cuts, to negotiate properly, treat people with dignity, and let's get around the table.
And are they talking to you, Iain?
Well, they claimed yesterday in another interview I did that they were still in consultation. They have refused to entertain all the counter-offers we've made about these job cuts in the round. They refused to engage properly about the early redundancy issue. People feel very cheated, let down, demoralised by the way that this outfit's come in and basically treated them badly. So, it's quite simple. We have always accepted and embraced change. We want to engage with these owners and others, but it takes two to tango.
Iain, thank you very much indeed. Iain Lawrence, General Secretary of NAPO, 03459 455 555. It would be great to go to someone now who's had some dealings with the probation service, but no one yesterday thought to set that up, which is annoying. Never mind. Oh, maybe you've got your personal... Nah, you won't have, will you? What's the point, really?
This is Iain Lee
on BBC Three Counties Radio.
So apparently Les Dawson's? Who's Les Dawson? Les Dawson's daughter is a celebrity now. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Les Dawson, let's be honest, with the greatest respect, not funny? We can all agree that, can't we? Not funny? He did the fat woman with the big knockers leaning over the fence. Did all that with the fella from Coronation Street, and he did the piano playing badly, and everyone said, oh yeah, well, it just goes to show what a good piano player he was, the fact that he could play piano so badly. No, I can play piano badly. Come round to my house and listen to me trying to play God Only Knows or Happy Together. It's painful. Les Dawson couldn't play the piano as badly as I can. Oh, it shows how good he was. No, it doesn't. Shows it. Play it properly. Now, show it. Do you want to illustrate how good you are at playing the piano? Play it properly. Les Dawson's daughter is the latest celebrity to be pictured taking hippie crack. Model Charlotte, 22. Well, hang on a minute. He died in 1993. Just. Model Charlotte posted this shot, I see, of herself inhaling nitrous oxide at the Secret Garden Party Festival near Huntingdon on Instagram. Charlotte, whose comedian dad died in 1993, wrote on Instagram, "Love a balloon. Love a balloon." It's legal, isn't it? Is it legal? Is it legal? I'm looking to Kelly because she's the young person working on this.
I don't think it is here. It's not okay for you to have a lot of it on you.
No, I know it's bad for your health. So is coffee. But is it legal?
I don't think so.
So
it is in other countries.
Well, so is
which is where some people I know have taken it.
So is marrying a 13-year-old girl in other... Do you know what? You could have it away with a 13-year-old girl in Spain until about a year ago.
Really?
Yeah, I know. Oh, dear me. 03459 455 555. You right, Kels?
Yep. You? There's a caller there for you if you want.
Hey! Oh, I see. I see. It's like that, is it, Russ?
Oh, yes, mate.
Russell Big Balls phones up. He tweets me, I want to play iPod roulette. I want to change the rules.
Oh.
No skip. I won't need it. Pass, I mean. What MP3 player have you got, Russ?
I'm using my phone, actually, Ian. It's an Apple iPhone 5, if I can say that.
You can... it sounds like you can. OK. How many songs you got on there?
It's a Spotify playlist. Probably about 200.
Not many. It wouldn't take long to cherry pick 200 good songs. I've got 19,182 songs on here. Most of these are Beach Boys bootlegs.
You only work sort of 6 till 9, though, mate. You've got a lot more time than I have.
I'm angry, but I've got no right to be. He's absolutely correct. He's absolutely spot on. All right, do you want a quick game?
Go for it.
I'll let you go first then, boss. Hit the shuffle. Tell us what comes up.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. I like this because we've been polite. We've been polite, but there's actually a real edge to it.
A little underlined bit of beef.
Yeah.
Right, we've got Don't Lose My Number, Phil Collins.
Kelly's just rolled her eyes. She's R-ed her E's. OK, do you want me to have a little go?
Go for it.
OK, ladies and gentlemen. I hit the shuffle. What comes up? It's this. Bon tempi. Bon tempi. You bet. The Who. You bet. Dealey's loving it. So what was your rubbish song you had, Russ?
It was Phil Collins, Don't Lose My Number.
Okay, bearing in mind that... You sure you don't want to pass?
You know what? I wish I hadn't changed the rules.
You
now.
changed the rules, buddy. I'm the bigger man. I am the bigger man. You want to have a pass?
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, Kelly Betts. The Who versus Phil Collins.
It's The Who, isn't
Oh,
it?
come on. Okay, round 2. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. It's a bootleg, though. That's the problem.
You and your bootlegs.
This is it's Daydream Believer by the Monkees. Now, the studio version of Daydream Believer by the Monkees, that's an instant pass. You win. But it's a bootleg. Yeah, but it's a bootleg, and it's a low quality bootleg. So I'm going to pass. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because it would be inappropriate to have a bootleg, I think. Right?
Fair enough.
Okay, right, here we go. Okay, it's another Monkees song. Yeah. Kicking it off with Medea Jones. Sometime in the Morning by the Monkees. Go on, Russ, what you got?
It sounded like an ice cream van.
No, he's fighting talk. Yes? Fighting.
Here we go. Classic Phil Oakley, Together in Electric Dreams.
Well, okay, yeah, it's a good song. It's one of the best songs of all time. Just bear in mind, he said Phil Oakley. There's no such person. He means Phil Oakley. So just bear that in mind.
Yes.
Kelly, I think I know who's won this round.
It's Russell.
Russell, it's 1-1. Stay there. We will continue after this. Phil Oakley.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Starting with the trains, there are some problems between Milton Keynes Central and London Euston. We've had reports from someone at the station who says all the trains at the moment are cancelled, and there are either cancellations or 60-minute delays to all trains from Milton Keynes Central to London Euston. On the trains, the M25 is busy anti-clockwise from junction 17 for Maple Cross to 15 for the M4. It's also busy on the North Orbital Road at the M25 junction 21A roundabout. Samantha Burrow for BBC Three Counties Radio.
Hey, Sammy.
Yeah?
Right, so you know I said... you maybe don't... I called someone a mandingo earlier on.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't know what a mandingo is, right?
Cross between a man and a dingo.
Thank you. And then my friend Scott is a T-shirt printer. He prints T-shirts.
Balcony. Scott Balcony,
yeah.
Man.
And he just sent me a picture of a T-shirt he's printing. He said, "Oh my God, I'm printing these now. How queer. The T-shirt is for the Liberian Mandingo Association of the United Kingdom." How messed up is that?
Is that genuine?
I swear, my hand is on my heart. My other hand, you don't want to know where it is. It is absolutely 100% I said Mandingo. I don't even know what a Mandingo is. He's printing a T-shirt for the Mandingos.
Why do you Google a Mandingo?
Because I don't know them well enough to Google them. How could she not be amazed by the sheer coincidence of that situation? Right, where are we? 7:18. It is Wednesday, the 29th of July. I'm Iain Lee. These are your headlines on BBC Three Counties Radio. David Cameron has described the situation at the French port of Calais involving migrants attempting to reach Britain as very concerning. Unions say that proposed job cuts in the probation service risk endangering the public, and residents at a block of flats in Watford have been forced to move to a hotel after flooding.
Every weekday from 3.
The East of England Ambulance Service are urging us to stay safe in the heat and take sensible precautions. Barry is in Bedford. Hi, Barry.
Hi, Rob. Right, I've got a little story about bad breath, and it's quite embarrassing, really, but I do...
Don't be embarrassed.
Roberto Peroni.
Yes, yeah, we kiss them and cuddle them.
Oh, no, you don't kiss an animal.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
So you've started an online petition to raise money to pay the Greek debt?
That's right. I was fed up with politicians going round in circles, and I thought, you know what, let's just crack on and let's see if we can do something here.
Roberto Peroni, weekdays from 3 on BBC Three Counties Radio.
OK, it's the game of the sensational, national, generational, flagellational. It's iPod roulette, and Russ is on the line. Morning, Russ.
Hello again.
OK, so it's 1-1, fella.
Yes.
OK, you've eschewed... You're not having a pass. Well, that's crazy.
No passes.
Spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel.
What have you got?
Right, I have got Do It Again by the Kinks.
Have you really?
Yes, which is something that's a song I tweeted you about ages ago.
It is a good... Do It Again by the Kinks is a good song.
That's an awesome song.
It's an awesome song. OK. I'm spinning the wheel. Now, isn't this funny? Today is being ruled by coincidence. This track is only 12 seconds long.
Go on.
Yeah, but the thing is,
I've got to be careful because they might swear. That's the Kinks recording Johnny Thunder.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, well, there you
12
go.
seconds.
It's only 12 seconds long. The Kinks are very potty-mouthed, so I had to bail out of that one. Kelly, a 12-second studio excerpt of the Kinks recording Johnny Thunder, or an actual Kinks Do It Again song?
Song.
Yeah, I know. I mean, fair play.
There you go, mate.
Russ, all right, you whopped me. Same time next week.
Sounds good to me. Give me a call.
Well, no, it's not how it works. We're not a show that phones out people. We're a phone-in show, so you phone in. So
We could phone out people, but we'll guess the number and ring it.
I did that at another place. It didn't go down very well with the people we called or the management. So
Did you call management?
Ben says on Twitter, I never noticed how deep. I never noticed how deep Iain Lee's breaths were until I heard the latest podcast. Can you stop breathing? FFS.
What does the FFS mean? Don't.
Well, it's not don't. There's no D in it. I mean, seriously, 03459 455 555. That's the telephone number, and boy, oh boy, it works, doesn't it? People living in a block of flats in Watford say their lives are being ruined by water flooding the building. Well, it would be water flooding. It wouldn't be milk. Well, some of the residents of Attenborough Court have even been forced to move into a hotel following last Thursday's thunderstorms. They claim they've received little help from their housing association, despite the building flooding regularly since it was built in 2012. Well, Peter Taylor is the local Watford Borough Councillor and joins me now. Morning, Peter. Oh, no, hang on. Let me go. He's on fade of 5. You're on fade of 5, Peter. Morning, Peter. No, fade of 4. You keep moving around, Peter. Stay still for 1 second, for goodness' sake.
I'm very sorry.
No, I apologise. It's a new studio and it's been bought by monkeys. Right. When did you first hear about this problem?
It was April last year.
And how bad is it? Some of the pictures are on the Facebook page. It looks pretty awful.
Yeah, it is really bad. It's kind of up to people's knees, very deep, and it's happened 4 times in 3 years. So obviously the residents are getting pretty fed up.
And what have you been doing to try and help?
Well, I've organised meetings. So we've had, I think, 3 meetings with Origin, the housing association, and with Red Rock, who are the property managers, and they kind of made promises about sorting it out and said they were taking it up with insurers, but we're, sort of over a year on and still the flooding's happening.
It must be so frustrating, and well done you for stepping up to the mark and having a word. It must be so frustrating. Have they given any explanation why it's dragging on so long?
It is very frustrating. Their explanation initially was, that they've got to take it up with their insurers because it was poorly built, and so we
well, that's all right then, right? Okay, yeah.
And so we waited, and then they've finally come back to us and said the insurers have said they're not paying, and Red Rock and Origin have to pay for better drainage. And so now we're just waiting for it to happen. But, they have actually put more drainage into parts of the building that's where private tenants are, but they've not helped the ones that are in the social housing.
Oh, I see. So if you've got a few quid, they'll sort it out for you. But if you're living on the social, then tough.
It does seem like that, yeah. It does seem like, and they've also just put up CCTV for the private.
Oh dear.
Rented. So you've got ended up with people having to move out of their properties, stay in hotels, and you just think, you need to fix it.
I'm assuming the insurance company are refusing to pay up because it was built badly.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, then these companies need to pull their finger out and sort it out immediately. Then it's their fault.
Well, that's what we think, and I mean that's why the residents have gone to the press, and just because we've had these meetings, we've just been so frustrated. I mean, I arranged another meeting with Red Rock next month, and they've said the residents can't attend.
I'm sorry to laugh. That's just beyond ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why can't the residents attend?
They said they've got no contractual needs or something like that. So I've managed to get them to have one. The resident who you spoke to earlier, Jade.
Yeah.
She's been allowed to attend. to represent them.
I do struggle to understand how people in social housing can be treated. I mean, you hear stories about some buildings and apartments where they've got a number of social housing people living in there, and they have to use a different door. But now that they're not getting their flooding sorted out while other people who are paying are, and they've not got the CCTV, it doesn't sound like any of these companies involved are particularly keen to sort this out. Are you optimistic at all, Peter?
I don't know about optimistic, but I think ultimately they might just have to be embarrassed into doing it because it's gone on long enough, and I'm sure that even when they see the problems and they know that families are being affected, surely they can't just allow it to continue indefinitely.
Well done, Peter. You know, so often I'm doing stories about councillors that can't be bothered to get off their backside. So, the residents are really lucky to have you on their side. So, well done. Thank you. There we go. You see, that's what you want. What for Borough Councillor Peter Taylor? That's what you want. Is a councillor like, yep. What do you want? Oh, yeah, I'll sort it. I'll have a meeting. Oh, you want me to go on the radio talk about it? Not a problem. That's what you want, guys. And well done, him. 03459 455 555. A few things. Would you disagree with Vladimir Putin that Sepp Blatter deserves a Nobel Prize? A Nobel Prize for what? Because there's loads of Nobel Prizes. He didn't half give a long speech. It went. There you go. Oh, hang on. It's still going on. Hang on. Look. Oh. Hang on. There we go. That's it. It's going on and on. We'll see if we can get the end of that speech a little bit later on. We've got a great protest song coming up in a little bit from someone who's local, not to this region.
No.
But she's definitely local. Which, do you know, it's probably for the best that she's not to this region because she won't get to hear us talking about that song. But she's written an anti-so-called Islamic State song. Very powerful. Sent into BBC Introducing. You said, no, we can't play this. It's political.
She's not local.
She's not local. You only found that out this morning?
Yep.
And yet you rejected it yesterday? OK. And I went, whoa, I'll have that. The thing is, right, has music ever made a difference? Has it ever made a difference in the world? Really?
Of course it has.
Go on.
Well, it has.
Well, OK, well, that's a great answer.
For example,
that's a great answer, Doctor, yeah?
I'm a lot happier with it.
No, you're not.
And I think a lot of people have happiness inside of them because of music.
Well, Pharrell Williams has Happy coming out of him.
Yeah.
It's the song, isn't it? I made a joke.
Yep.
I made a joke for the boys. No, but you've misunderstood the question. Has music ever changed anything?
Do you mean in protest?
Yeah. Has anything... And this is a genuine question. I was going to tweet... In fact,
Band-Aid?
I'm going to tweet... Apart from that
that's a good one.
No, it's not. It's rubbish. Hang on a minute. Well,
that raised loads of money for lots of people.
Hang on a second. Hang on a minute. I'm going to tweet David Crosby, the singer.
From Crosby, Nash, Stills, Davy, Dick and D.
Yeah. Hang on. What am I tweeting, David? Because David Crosby's brilliant. Tweet him. He'll probably answer.
All right. I'll do it then.
Well, no, I'll do it.
Well, so will I.
At David Crosby. Well, no, don't.
Okay.
What's the question? Has music ever really changed anything? Ever really changed anything?
Question mark.
Question mark. There we go. I've sent that to Big Dave.
And what do you think he's going to do about it?
He'll send me an angry reply. So, yeah, of course it is, man. It's changed a lot of things, man. It's changed my attitude to life. And I say, yeah, I don't mean that. It means people got happiness inside them because of it. I said, no, I don't mean that. I mean, politically. OK, Live Aid. What did it change?
Helped.
No, not Live Aid. Live Aid doesn't count as a concert.
Band-Aid.
Thank you. What's Band-Aid changed?
Christmas.
OK, it's changed the face of Christmas, correct. Because now we all sing that bloody song. But what did it change?
It raised money, didn't it?
OK, right. Yeah, records raise money. What did it change?
Probably changed some stuff. I just don't know all the things.
There you go, you see. It probably changed some stuff. Genuine question, right? And we're going to play the protest song later on, and it's by a young lady called Serene Jean, who loves guitar and, I'll be honest, badly mixed harmonica, because that's a real shock when that kicks in. Has music ever actually changed anything? 03459 455 555. Let's get the Trav.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
On the trains, London Midland and Virgin Trains West Coast and Southern Trains between Milton Keynes Central and London Euston have been suspended. And on the M25 anti-clockwise, it's very busy from junction 21 for the M1 to 18 for Chorleywood. The A1 is busy southbound from the Holiday Inn towards Barnet Lane at Stirling Corner. Samantha Bruff, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Across beds, hearts and bugs.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's 7:30. I'm Simon Oxley. David Cameron has described the situation at the French port of Calais involving migrants attempting to reach Britain as very concerning. Eurotunnel say one migrant died last night after 1,500 tried to storm the Channel Tunnel. Train services between Milton Keynes and London are being delayed by up to an hour this morning after a person was hit by a train between Bletchley and Leighton Buzzard. Network Rail said disruption is expected to continue until about 9 o'clock. And unions say that proposed job cuts in the probation service risk endangering the public with a 10% cut across beds, hearts and bucks.
Three Counties Sports.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Wins for Luton and Wycombe, but defeats for Watford and Milton Keynes Dons in last night's pre-season friendlies. Watford suffered their first pre-season defeat, going down 2-1 at Cardiff. Troy Deeney scored the Hornets' goal. MK Dons lost 3-1 at home to Spanish side Getafe, with Joe Walsh scoring for the Dons. Luton beat Brentford 2-1 at Kenilworth Road. Goals from Luke Wilkinson and Calvin Zola. Former Stevenage striker Zola is on trial with the Hatters. Fellow trialist Craig McHale-Smith didn't feature but was at the game. Manager John Still is hinting that a deal will be announced at the weekend. And Wycombe won 3-1 at Basingstoke with goals from Marcus Bean, Anthony Stewart and Ryan Sellers. The third Ashes test gets underway at Edgbaston this morning with the series level at 1-1. Watford's Steve Finn could return for England, who have a fitness doubt over bowler Mark Wood. Here's Jonathan Agnew.
Both captains refused to be drawn into the ongoing debate about pitches, preferring to state the obvious that the best team will win. But the fact is that some grass and damp would suit England's bowlers. Australia's too, of course, but Anderson and Broad both need more assistance if they're to be effective. England might make a change, introducing Finn for Wood, while Bell will be hoping to rediscover his form at number 3. Australia, meanwhile, confirmed Neville ahead of Haddin behind the stumps and remain cautiously optimistic that Rogers will be fit to open the batting.
Watford teenager Carl Langford has joined the likes of Mo Farah and Jessica Ennis-Hill in the Great Britain squad for next month's World Championships. The 19-year-old will run in the 800 metres. Milton Keynes Olympic long jump champion Greg Rutherford and Hertfordshire sprinter Jodie Williams are also included. And the fixtures for the new English Premier League ice hockey season have been announced. Milton Keynes Lightning start at home to Bracknell on Saturday, September the 12th. BBC Three Counties News and Sport. The next full bulletin is at 8.
No, you're not listening to the Thunder Fairy show. That's the kind of stuff that she normally plays. Good music, good music.
Ignorant, immoral, self-important thugs.
This is Serene Jean.
Comprise the so-called Islamic State.
With her song.
They casually murder other people.
The so-called Islamic State. I should have warned you, actually. It's quite
Educated subhumans
tough listening.
live a life of hate.
Because it's a very graphic description of what's going on in the world.
These ISIS infidels are the devil's children. They besmirch the name of Islam as they do their harm. They must stop their ugly, vain posturing. They should fully study the sacred Quran.
Yeah.
They should fully study
the
sacred
Quran. Yeah. So protest music. What have you ever done for me? That's Serene Jean. She's local, not to this region. And boy, oh boy, is she vocal. I know what you're thinking. That harmonica's a bit distorted. I think it's the effect she was going for. Listen, you can knock the song, but you can't knock the sentiment, can you? Where's Neil Young? Where's Bob Dylan? Where's, let me think of someone current, Amy Mann? Made me laugh. I'm only laughing at Amy Mann because I watched this brilliant programme last night called Portlandia. Have you seen this? It's like this weird sketch show with these two people in it. It's sort of got a narrative, and one of the themes in it is they've got a new cleaner, and she turns up and they go, flippin' heck, that's Amy Mann. And it's Amy Mann is their cleaner. Anyway, you don't know who Amy Mann is, do you?
Nope.
Wowzers. Okay. She's a bit like Serene Jean. Little bit like Serene Jean. 03459 455 555. I'd love your thoughts on that song, first of all, please. I think it's pretty powerful. And it's what could be described as naive art.
The sacred Quran. They should fully study the sacred Quran.
Etc.
You can get that on Amazon for £8.85.
Now, is that the album or the track?
The album, free delivery.
How much is? Can I download the track from the iTunes?
Sure.
Graham, what do you reckon, mate? Oh, well, Graham's gone.
Oh, he's gone. Hang on.
He's gone.
Oh, right, there he is.
He's gone to buy that. Amazon. Graham.
Yeah, hello, morning.
I just called you Amazon. That's stupid, isn't it? That's the most stupidest thing I've said all morning. What did you reckon to Serene Jean?
I didn't like it, mate, to be honest.
What about the message, though? Because I don't like Bob Dylan, but his message, some of his messages were good. The one about the tambourine fella banging away. Great message.
I love Dylan, I do, Ian. I think he's brilliant, to be honest.
What, Serene Jean?
No, Bob Dylan.
Oh, Bob Dylan's Pony. She's this generation's Bob Dylan.
Okay, yeah, if you like.
What you got for us, Gray?
What changed music forever is hip-hop, and they've changed the way we make music from sampling and give all them ghetto kids a way out as well, and everything like that. Hip-hop is a complete
mess. Yeah, well, hip-hop changed music, I'll give you that, but that wasn't the question.
What? Yeah, the question was, why has it changed politically? Well, it did change politically because it did bring white, well, especially in the UK, brought white and black kids together, I think, as well.
Well, yeah. Well, do you know what? If anything, hip-hop, I think, was more divisive. Ska brought white and black kids together more than hip-hop.
Yeah, but that was the forefront, especially in Britain. That was the forefront.
Yeah, but no. Actually, no. All good music, right? Generally, brings black and white people together. The Beatles brought black and white people together. Stevie Wonder brought black and white people together. Blooming Little Richard brought black and white people together. It did. That wasn't necessarily the intention of the music. I'm asking, has music ever changed anything politically? Like a specific thing that has happened because of music?
No.
Thank you very much indeed, Graham. I like Graham. I like callers where there's no messing around. You get straight to the point. You get straight to the point.
I like it when they say their point and then hang up.
Thank you, Graham. 03459 455. All good music brings a significant amount of good music brings people of different races and ethnicities and genders and sexualities together in one glorious big gay nightclub where everybody's just
been there.
Yeah, I've been there. I told you when I went to a gay nightclub back in the day when I was a party animal, and we ended up in this gay club, and I was very, very drunk, very, very drunk, and I stood in the middle of the dance floor. Come on, you gays, you love it! And they did. They loved it. They were all over me like a rash, which, coincidentally, I had the next day. And David Furnish was there. And I was voguing around. I was voguing around David Furnish. Voguing is when you do that around them, yeah? You, go to punch them, but you're punching around them with open karate fists.
Yeah.
I was doing that with David Furnish. I was really very, very, very relaxed. Garrett!
Hello?
Sorry?
Gatford.
Yeah, Garrett, it doesn't matter. I'm just mixing it up, mate.
Yeah? Brilliant. Loving your vibe.
Someone has suggested free Nelson Mandela. It didn't change nothing.
I was just about to say that.
Oh. Well, I can save you the embarrassment, because if you were about to say that, it didn't change. They didn't free Nelson Mandela because of the song Free Nelson's Umbrella.
You don't know that. You weren't there.
do you mean I wasn't there? Of course I was there. And by there, I don't mean literally there, but I was aware.
That's what I mean. You weren't in the room where they said, well, they've released a song, we ought to free him.
My laddie, in Britain, they have released a song about fleeing Nelson Mandela. Maybe we should reconsider. Oh, yeah, very good idea. Okay, this song is so bloody good. I'm going to release Nelson Mandela.
We ought to release him into Bloemfontein.
Get to Robben Island immediately and release him and play him this record. He needs to hear it, my lady.
You don't know that. You don't know that he didn't have little headphones on as he walked out of Rikers of Robben Island, whatever it was, with that song playing.
Gatford, you've embarrassed. Gatford, say hello to Dennis.
All right, Dennis.
Good morning. What a beautiful day it is.
It's a fantastic day. What's up with you, Dennis?
Nothing's up. My darling wife is 90 today, and tomorrow we will be married 66 years. And the only reason that we've been married that long is because I couldn't run away. I wasn't fast enough. No, it's a beautiful day, nice day. And as for his music...
Will you be taking your wife anywhere for her 90s?
Sorry? He was talking about what music has changed things politically.
Oh, okay.
The Marseillaise changed things politically in France from a downtrodden people to an almost unbeatable country, sods that they are.
Can you sing a little?
No, thank you.
Oh,
no, it's sore throat.
Ah, yeah, terrible. Have you been?
No, it's scarred with alcohol.
Can I recommend that you suck a fisherman's friend?
No, thank you. I had one of those and they were terrible.
Oh, okay. Oh, there you are. Look.
I hope you're standing to attention, gentlemen. I'm standing proud.
Are you allowed to salute if you're not a member of the forces?
Of course you're allowed to salute if you're not a member of the forces.
I was just checking the protocol.
Of course you're allowed to salute. Dennis, what were you banging on about, mate? I wasn't listening.
I said you were on about music which changed things politically, and I said the Marseillaise. It's changed the French downtrodden people into an almost unbeatable country.
Do you want to listen to the... Have you ever heard the Greek national anthem?
No.
Sounds like this. Here we go. Hey, that's good, isn't it?
And with the plates smashing as well.
They don't do that. It's a myth. No, it's a myth. There we go. Let's play Guess the National Anthem. See if you can guess what this one is. Any ideas, Den?
No idea whatsoever.
Gatford, have a guess. What national anthem is this?
Austria?
Swedish.
Sorry?
How about Swedish? It sounds
no, thanks. I'm too tired. Dennis, any ideas?
It's certainly better than ours.
Gatford, any ideas?
Can you use any kind of a clue?
It was New Zealand.
Oh, okay. How about New Zealand?
Nope, you're incorrect. It was New Zealand. Thanks very much for that. 03459 455 555 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. I'm worried about Dealey. Is Dealey all right? Have you seen his tweets?
What does it say?
Very tense on the streets.
Oh, he's taking that protest song, isn't he?
Lots to talk about this morning. Protest. Has music ever actually changed anything? And by that I mean a specific, lasting cause. Has it ever really? I don't think it has. It's a nice idea, but it's never really changed anything. 03459 455 555.
Is it meant to, though?
Yeah, protest songs are, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they are.
But I meant music in general.
Yeah, they are. We're talking about protest songs. And also, this fella, what done shoot a lion, right? My first reaction when I read this story yesterday was, I'll shoot him. And I thought, well, that's murder. I'm not going to do that. But then I thought, well, I'm angry. And then I thought, I don't know why I am angry. I mean, it's just a bit, he's an idiot, isn't it? He's an idiot. I just think that's like Lord Sewell. I'm not angry about Lord Sewell. I think, he's a bit of an idiot. I feel sorry for Lord Sewell. I feel a bit sorry for this fella what shot a lion.
He did it with a bow and arrow, didn't he?
I mean, that is skillful, courageous, brave. And also, you've got to put part of the blame on the lion's shoulders, right? There's a car driving through the jungle with a bit of dead meat stuck to it. Come on, that's like the biggest kind of trap there is.
Yeah, but wasn't he a friendly lion? That's what I read in the paper. It said he was really nice.
Okay, so you'd let him lick your twins, would you? Yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly. There's no such thing as a friendly lion coming over here eating our babies.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
On the trains between Milton Keynes Central and London Euston, there are hour-long delays because of a problem between Leighton Buzzard and Bletchley, and that they are starting to run again on the slow line, so there are hour-long delays and still some cancellations possible, likely to continue past 9 o'clock this morning. On the motorways, the M25 is very slow anti-clockwise from junction 21 for the M1 to 19 for Watford. It's also busier than usual at junction 16 for the M40, and in Brookwood at the M25 junction 21A roundabout, it's very busy there at the North Orbital Road. Samantha Bruff, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Sammy, thank you very much indeed. We're going to play the protest song from, what's her name, Forever Baby?
Serene Jean.
We're going to play the protest song from Serene Jean later on again. Dealey's taking it to the streets. Great feedback from Twitter. We've got one tweet that says, this is brilliant. So far it's 100%. That's great. Yeah, weather coming up soon after I do the news headlines. Gonna get the weather with Sarah Thornton. Sarah Thornton, yeah, she says nutbush. I mean, really. 03459 455 555 746. It is Wednesday, the 29th of July. These are your headlines on BBC Three Counties Radio. The government's emergency committee will meet later today to discuss the migrant crisis at Calais. Train services, it's almost a haiku. Train services between Milton Keynes and London are being delayed after a person was hit by a train between Bletchley and Leighton Buzzard, and unions say that proposed job cuts in the probation service risk endangering the public. Let's get the weather.
Beds, Herts and Bucks weather.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Hello, good morning to you. It's a pretty fine start across the three counties at the moment. We've got some I know that you're hovering over my shoulder. It's the oddest thing.
That is actually, now listen, in light of recent events and prosecutions, to imply that a male presenter is hovering over a female presenter, that is libelous, Sarah.
I didn't you may have inferred it. I'm not sure if I implied it.
You said it. You said you're hovering over my shoulder.
I can feel you.
No, you can't feel me. No one at the BBC is allowed to feel anybody else at the BBC anymore. Thanks a lot, guys from the 70s.
Nutbush.
Carry on.
I knew that was coming, you see. I knew that was
Your
coming.
nutbush was coming, you're correct. Any weather today, or... No?
Nutbush. No, there is. It's dry. It's bright spells, northwesterly wind. I'm horrified. It'll slightly take the edge off the temperatures. We'll be up in the high teens at best. Some bright spells here and there. We might get some showers by the end of the day. It warms up and it settles down with more sunshine as we go through the next few days. Could be in the low to mid 20s Celsius by Monday.
You done?
I don't have any more words left in me.
Wow, there's a first. Thank you, Sarah!
Every weekday morning.
One partially closed and the others didn't operate at all.
I have contacted other companies who do it professionally, and they said it should have been anchored down.
The JVS Show.
It was looked over by the garage and they told me do not move the vehicle anywhere. It's a complete death trap.
The JVS Show fights for your rights and tackles your consumer problems.
I'm getting nowhere. I've tried on numerous occasions to talk to the manager of this company.
If you need our help, email jvsshow@bbc.co.uk. bbc.co.uk.
So they said, we're going to contact the customer, we're going to have a chat, and we're going to make a gesture to that customer.
And we could do the same for you.
Without your programme, I don't know what you'd do in the morning.
The JVS Show, weekdays from 9 on BBC Three Counties Radio.
Jeremy Kyle. I've no idea. Ian Bethel is a new texter. I've no idea what on earth I was just listening to. My radio switched to BBC Three Counties Radio for some reason. What utter nonsense. Fair play. I take the criticism on board. Some you win, some you lose. It's just the way it goes. No one's been able to explain why they are angry with the man what shot a lion. He's a dentist. Zimbabwe. So, he's a skillful dentist. He's good with his hands. His aim is true. Why are people angry about it? I mean, like, furious about it. I mean, threats to kill him and stuff like that. He shot a lion. I mean, really, in the great scheme of things, why aren't we angry with, I don't know, people what shoot other people? That's worse, isn't it? Morning, Just.
Boss, I've taken this one to the streets. Very, very tense when it comes to the Lion Man and what happened. You'll hear that report after 8 o'clock.
I look for... Are people referring to him as the Lion King or the opposite of a king? The Lion Pauper?
They are referring to him in far worse terms than that.
But why
I
are they angry? This is what I don't get, the anger.
This is what I've put to people. I've asked people, why are you so angry about this? And then the conversation turns. It's really, really interesting. You'll hear it after 8. I shall say no more for the time being.
OK, protest songs, we are asking this morning, has music ever actually changed anything? And by that I mean a specific political aim. I don't mean, bringing black and white together and stuff like that. We all know that was done when... the problem of races not integrating was solved by Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson doing Say, Say, Say. And then just to cement that, they did it again with another song. What was the other song they did together?
That was The Girl Is Mine.
Don't waste your time, because the goddamn girl is mine. No, she's mine. Neither one of those.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
All right, Justin, I know you are, mate. Calm down. Not enough just this morning. OK, protest songs. What have songs ever changed? We've been sent this. What's her name? Floppy Gay?
Serene Jean.
Serene Jean. We've been sent this. Now, listen, the production techniques to one side, that harmonica kicks in, but just get to the word. Get to the words. Yeah. Don't bore us. Get to the chorus. Here we go. Anyone that's laughing, well, hang on a minute. What have you done to try and change the world, you suckers? Here we go.
Ignorant, immoral, self-important thugs.
Yeah, we wouldn't say it to their face, would you?
Comprise the so-called Islamic State. They casually murder other people.
Spoiler alert.
These uneducated subhumans live a life of hate. These ISIS infidels are the devil's children. They besmirch the name of Islam as they do their harm.
There we go. Catch
They
you.
must stop
Study
their ugly vain posturing. They should fully study the sacred Quran.
One more time.
They should fully study the sacred Quran.
Now listen, and our tongues are slightly in our cheeks, but fair play. She's had a go at trying to do something a little bit different and to change people's attitudes.
Yes, absolutely.
You've taken this. I genuinely think this is the sentiment and the heart behind this song. Is it's all in the right place. She's in. I mean, the notes might not be, but her heart is completely in the right place. What's her name? Floppy Gravy.
Yep.
You've taken it to this streets, Just. What's the vibe?
Yes, I've taken Floppy Gravy.
I'm hoping there's a lot of love for this.
Yeah, well, I've taken Floppy Gravy onto the streets via my ghetto blaster this morning. I've been playing it to the people to get their reaction. What do they think? And also, will the message get across?
Yep.
Some interesting vibes out there. Here's what happened. Diane, I'm playing it on the streets this morning on my blaster. You've heard Ian play it as well today on the way to work. What do you think? Will the message be taken seriously?
No, not at all. It just sounds like a load of noise. No, it's rubbish.
There's a message in there.
She sounds like a prat. It's if it was serious, yeah. but it's not. It is.
She sounds like a prat.
Yes, it's
I mean,
horrible.
that's pretty nasty
I
feedback.
can't help it. It's just nasty. I don't like it. Don't like it at all. No one will listen to what she's saying because she sounds so awful.
I mean, it's on Amazon for £8. That's a bargain.
I won't be buying it.
What's your name, Princess?
Irene.
Irene, what do you think about this?
It's horrible. Sounds horrible.
Raymond, this is the new anti-Islamic State song. Do you think the message will get across?
Yeah, it's better than Taylor Swift.
Dan, what do you think about this tune?
It's pretty nice.
Out of 10, how would you score it?
An 8.
Thanks for your time, Dan.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Very mixed, Justin, but actually quite a lot of positivity for that.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, we could have had more voices on there. People just saying, yes, I think it's fantastic. But we like to mix things up.
No,
Certainly,
honesty.
We like honesty on the BBC. We have to do honesty on the BBC.
Unfortunately.
Yes, unfortunately. I would say there is a 60-40 split there. 60% saying they hate it, but 40% saying, do you know what? In actual fact, yes, I'm not a particular fan of the tune, but there is a message there, and fair play to her for trying.
And that's the thing, isn't it? There, whether you like the tune or not, kind of irrelevant. Trust me, it grows on you like a fungus. No, it grows on you like a fungus. No, it does grow on you, but like a fungus. It grows on you, but it's the message, isn't it, behind the song that is the key thing. That basically the Islamic State are a bunch of nut jobs. I would like her to go and I would pay top dollar to see her do that from Syria.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the point, isn't it? No, what have you done, Justin? What have I done? What have any of us done?
Yeah.
Really, in the face of Islamic State?
Nothing.
So-called.
Absolutely nothing.
Justin, thank you very much indeed. Kelly, her name is it Bent Dave?
Serene Jean.
Serene Jean, and you can buy this, just like on.
There's also it's an album, and there's a song on there called Splash about her cat. £8.85.
Funny name for a cat. I knew you'd like that. I knew that you would like that. What do you reckon, Shags? You. What music do you like, Shags?
Serene Jean.
Who's that?
Floppy Dave.
Oh,
Floppy
the
Dave,
thing we just playing. Yep, she's good. She's good.
I like a bit of anything, me. I like a bit of folk.
You like a bit of anything? What?
Yeah, that too.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Flipping it. All right. 03459 455 555. Your thoughts on that, please. Oh, Tim's on the line. Morning, Tim.
Good morning.
Tim, what you got for us? Sorry to keep you waiting. I didn't see you there. What have you got?
That's all right. I've got more love for that song than I have for the bloke who shot that lawyer. Let's put it that way.
Okay. So you're not a big fan of Walter Palmer?
No, not really. You could say that.
Tell me why.
Legally, what this guy did, he's got all the right licence and everything, and that's fair enough. But morally, for anyone to want to kill anyone or anything, particularly a wild animal, just for the sake of killing it, is morally, in my opinion, is morally wrong.
But you kill animals, though, don't you? You kill animals, Tim.
Not on purpose and not without cause.
Well, but the cause is so you can feed yourself.
Yes,
bit selfish. Bit selfish.
Not really. It's called life.
No, it's not. There's alternatives. There's alternatives. It's called being a Linda McCartneyist.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. So we were given teeth so that we could choose different things, and our bodies are designed to eat meat.
Yeah, we were given crossbows so that we could shoot lions. You don't have to. You don't have to eat meat.
We made crossbows, but you're slightly getting off the point now. The point of this is the guy shot it for the sake of shooting it.
Right.
Not to eat.
Why does that make you angry?
But because that firstly and morally is wrong. But what they've done here, this lion lives in a national park.
Yeah.
Where it's illegal to hunt wild animals. Okay.
So you're angry because he broke the law?
No, not to start off with. I'm angry partly.
Well, tell me. We're running out of time, and I know you've got to go. I'm trying to. This is what I'm trying to ascertain, right? We all have the knee-jerk reaction. This is awful. Put the knee back down. Push the knee down. Search within your spirit. Why are you actually angry with him?
Because it's morally wrong to kill a wild animal as beautiful as that for no reason. They lured it out of the national park.
It's called hunting. There's a cracking picture of him with a rhino that he shot.
So how do you feel about fox hunting? Is that morally wrong as well?
Well, no, I've not said that. I didn't say that the hunting was morally wrong. You said that.
What, absolutely, and I agree. It is morally wrong.
Well, you're interviewing yourself now, Tim. We're going off into the Tim show. I've not. Thank you very much. It's not the best line, Tim, so I'm going to let you go. And I know you've got stuff to do, but thank you. I'm not saying it's morally right or wrong. I just don't understand. And also, it is hypocritical. Yeah, well, I eat meat. Well, it's wrong to kill animals, but you eat meat. Yeah, because I've got teeth. Well, you've also got a brain and a microwave. Huh?
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
There are problems with the trains this morning from Milton Keynes Central to London Euston because a problem has occurred between Bletchley and Leighton Buzzard. So Virgin Trains West Coast, Southern and London Midland services have hour-long delays with some cancellations, although the slow lines are open and being used to run trains. On the M25, it's busy between junction 21 for the M1 and 19 for Watford. Samantha Britt of BBC Three Counties Radio.
Go and have a steam. A steam. Seriously, go for a steam.
A steam?
A steam.
A steam?
Local and vocal across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's 8 o'clock. I'm Simon Oxley. The headlines: migrant killed overnight in latest attempt to storm Channel Tunnel. Train services delayed between Milton Keynes and London. And survey says turning off street lights doesn't mean more crime and accidents.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
The operator of the Channel Tunnel says a migrant died overnight as 1,500 people made a fresh attempt to storm the Eurotunnel terminal in Calais. Yesterday, ministers pledged to spend an extra £7 million on security at the French end of the tunnel. The government's Emergency Cobra Committee will meet this morning to discuss the crisis. Speaking in Singapore this morning, David Cameron described the situation at Calais as very concerning.
I have every sympathy with holidaymakers who are finding access to Calais difficult because of the disturbances there, and we'll do everything we can to work with the French to bring these things to a conclusion. But it's not a satisfactory situation.
Train services between Milton Keynes and London are being delayed by up to an hour this morning after a person was hit by a train between Bletchley and Leighton Buzzard. Network Rail say disruption is expected to continue until about 9 o'clock. Virgin, London Midland and Southern services are affected. Police overtime in England and Wales cost almost £1 billion over the last 3 years and went up by £6 million last year, according to data provided to the BBC following a Freedom of Information request. In Bedfordshire, the overtime bill went up by 50%, partly due to gaps in recruitment. Health officials have put forward new guidance for the best way to care for dying patients. The draft guidelines from the watchdog NICE replace the controversial Liverpool Care Pathway system. Researchers claim turning street lights off at night does not lead to more crime or traffic accidents. The AA has said it's extremely surprised at the findings. More from James Shipham.
It's thought around a third of streetlights are turned off at night by councils trying to save money. This study looked at 14 years of data from 62 local authorities across England and Wales. The researchers found no evidence of an association between reduced street lighting and increased crime or traffic accidents. But the AA says the findings contradict its own analysis. It says there were 6 road deaths between 2009 and 2013 where the coroner blamed the switching off of streetlights as a contributory factor.
Unions say that proposed job cuts in the probation service risk endangering the public. The company running the community rehabilitation service is proposing a 40% cut in staff across the country and a 10% cut across beds, hearts and bucks. Firefighters used sandbags and water booms to protect homes from flooding after a water main burst in High Wycombe last night. Crews were called to Kingsmead Road just before midnight. In sport, there were wins for Luton and Wycombe, but defeats for Watford and Milton Keynes Dons in last night's pre-season friendlies. And the third Ashes test gets underway at Edgbaston this morning with the series level at 1-1. The weather, dry and sunny this morning, heavy showers forecast for this afternoon, a maximum temperature 19 degrees Celsius. And you can get the latest news and sport online at bbc.co.uk/3 counties.
Thank you, Simon. Morning, Iain Lee, BBC Three Counties Radio. Protest songs, we'll have some more of Serene Jean later on. Has music ever really changed anything? Has a political song ever had an impact? I just went out to urinate, and at BBC News they've got this poor fella, Walter Palmer, who shot a lion. He's on the news, he's on the telly, he's everywhere. He looks a bit like he looks like Andrew Morton, who wrote the Lady Di book, you know. I'm starting to feel sorry for this guy. I was feeling sorry for Lord Sewell yesterday, and today I'm feeling sorry for a fella that shot the lion. I mean, both, it could be argued, are a bit stupid, both selfish, although selfish isn't always a bad word. It's the knee-jerk reaction, OK? Let me just do this.
Across beds, hearts and bucks.
Right.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
So, with the lion guy, the knee-jerk reaction is... Oh, it's disgusting, I hate him! What a pig! What a horrible, horrible man! Push your knee back down and put a heavy book on it or something so there's no more knee-jerking going on. Now enter your brainius. And what do you think? Why? Try and work out why you are angry about it. Not angry about it. Let me think what emotions are going through my head. I'm jealous that he's been to Zimbabwe, because I'd quite like to go. I'm jealous that he's got 35 grand to throw at a hobby. Wish I had 35 grand to throw at a hobby, so I'm jealous. Two jealousy things there. I think he's a bit dumb, bit selfish, but angry? No, anger doesn't come into it for me. So I'm jealous, and I think he's a bit of a plum. 03459 455 555 is the telephone number.
This is Iain Lee
on BBC Three Counties Radio.
Righty-ho! I click that button, don't I? Unions say that proposed job cuts in the probation service risks endangering the public. The private company, Sodexo, which took over the service, is proposing a 40% cut in staff across the country and a 10% cut in beds, hards and bugs. Well, Alan Costello is the regional organiser for the GMB union, which represents senior probation officers. Morning, Alan. Are these job cuts, are they definite?
Good morning. Well, it's a consultation exercise at the moment. Part of the process of a company wanting to make redundancies is you have to enter into a consultation process, and that's where we are at this moment in time.
And do we have numbers on how many they're looking to get rid of?
Well, as you say in your report, it's over 40% of their staff, so it's about 436 frontline probation staff. And what they're looking to do is to replace most of these frontline staff with a biometric reporting system.
What does that mean? That sounds complicated.
Well, it is. It's unfortunately it's a bit same scenario as the tagging system that Serco and G4S got into difficulty with.
Right.
Whereas you replace frontline staff with a technological system that keeps track on offenders, and as you know, that's open to abuse, as it was with Serco and G4S, because they were overcharging the government on many occasions when offenders had left prison and had sort of not reoffended and let back into the community, and even on some occasions when offenders had passed away, they were still charging them for the tagging, and this is not dissimilar to that process, unfortunately.
I guess that a lot of my listeners, the main concern they will have is, will this affect their safety? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, if you take 40% of frontline staff out of any service, it's going to affect your safety, because the monitoring mechanisms, technological or not, are just not going to be there. And that causes us concern. So in many respects, it's typical of what's happening with the government at this stage and the ministries, where they're just slashing public services all over the place. And unfortunately, people, you and me, are going to be the ones that have to suffer from that process. I mean, in Bedfordshire as well, you know, there's been the issue in respect of the court closures, and Bedford is going to lose its magistrates' courts next year. So, again, these are all frontline services that are being cut, and the general public is likely to be affected by that.
Alan, is there anything that realistically you can do? Because if Sodexo have made this decision, they're going to do it, aren't they?
They're going to do it, unfortunately. I mean, they were aware of the costs of the redundancy and the staffing levels when they bid this contract, and it just proves the point that you shouldn't allow private sector companies anywhere near public services, to be honest.
Alan, I appreciate your time this morning. Keep in touch. Let us know how things go. It's always sad when people are losing their jobs, and particularly if even more so if that loss of job has a negative impact on the rest of society. 03459 455 555.
This is Iain Lee
on BBC Three Counties Radio.
So I tweeted David Crosby from the Byrds, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, Crosby, Stills, Nash. That's it. Has music ever really changed anything? He retweeted it. So he then retweeted something somebody else said. Concerts can raise money to help change things. Look at Neil Young's foundation. He's retweeted that. But
he's answering you via other people.
That's correct, which is utter genius. We all know that. Maybe I'm not being clear, and I wasn't clear in that tweet. 140 characters there. 140 characters there. Music can raise money. All right, wicked, nice one. Okay. But can it cook meat? And by that, I'm laughing at that, but actually it's a really good phrase.
Well, we know that song, Scott Balcony's got a song about how to make bread.
He has got a bread song.
That's changed someone's life somewhere.
So on a micro scale, but I'm talking about a macro scale now. Okay, right. Is macro big, Shags?
Yeah, macro's big.
Beautiful. On a macro scale, I mean, has it changed? Has it stopped a war? No. Culture Club, war is stupid and people are stupid. Well, what war? There wasn't even a war going on, you idiots. Has it ever got anyone released from prison? No. Has it ever changed the law? No.
How about all the Vietnam protest songs? It certainly
Name
put a
one.
lot.
You said Vietnam protests, and then you realised, it's not about protests, it's about songs.
Just say anything. You don't know.
Neil Young did some stuff about.
We're allowed to play Neil Young, guys.
We are. Yeah.
Tomorrow it's Neil Young and Bonnie Raitt special. We've not been allowed to play those guys for 3 months. You've noticed the change, haven't you? Well, Neil Young and Bonnie Raitt and Journey, not the Doors, because I'd never played the Doors anyway because they're rubbish. But tomorrow it's Neil Young, Bonnie Raitt and Journey, the Holy Trinity. Power rock! Let's bought you some time there, Shags. I've not forgotten it. We're back to the question. Name a Vietnam protest song. I can think of a couple. I could help you out here.
I can think of some. There was basically the Good Morning Vietnam soundtrack.
That was hang on a minute. That wasn't a protest song.
No, but
that was an OST, an original soundtrack to a film starring more.
Buffalo Springfield. There's something happening here. For what it's worth.
You're right. No, sorry, I forgot that.
There's actually a song
hang
called
on a second.
Vietnam protest song.
Because that wasn't about Vietnam, mate. That was about the student riots on the Sunset Strip. Boom, in your face. Yeah, exactly. Damn, hell and damnation. There is one song, but I can't play it. Country Joe and the Fish. Give me an F, give me a U. You can spell the rest. 03459 455 555 is the telephone number. We've got calls. Daniela. Morning, Daniela.
Good morning, Iain.
Good morning, Daniela. What would you like to say to me this morning?
First of all, I love your program. I've been listening to you for the last 2 years, traveling to the M1.
Yep, but...
I always wanted to call you anyway.
Well, it's lovely to talk to you, and I'm feeling a little bit sexy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there we go. Just something to keep in mind.
Well, I wanted to say that I'm sorry for the guy that killed this lion, because, of course, everybody is coming on to him and blaming him and telling him all this bad stuff.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it because it's some sort of a hobby. If you kill animals to eat, that's surviving, yeah? But for hobby, that's why it's a bit annoying.
What about for clothing? What about, I don't know if you've got leather shoes or leather chaps or anything, but that's made from animal.
Yeah, but probably the animals that you have to eat, and then you use the skin, so you use the whole thing. If you get it.
Yeah, I do get. But are you angry with this guy? I mean, he's been a bit stupid, and he's been a little bit selfish. But angry, really?
No, I'm not angry. No, we have to respect people's hobbies. That is, the thing is that he killed the wrong lion, because now this full club.
Yeah.
Another lion is going to come and kill them, and it's disturbing the whole system, the whole circle of life.
The circle of life, ladies and gentlemen. You got in a Lion King reference. Daniela, listen, I have to go. It's really nice to talk to you. Thank you for making the call. Kate, stay there. I'll come to you in a little bit. Great line from Daniela. Well, you have to respect his hobbies, and that's the point. We all have to respect each other's hobbies, don't we? We're back to Sewell again, aren't we?
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
On the M1, there's been a big accident northbound at junction 14 for Milton Keynes. It's blocking the exit slip road at the moment, and it involved 3 cars. VJ just rang to say the emergency services are there at the scene. On the M25 anti-clockwise, it's very busy between junction 21 for the M1 and 19 for Watford. And in Watford on the lower High Street, that's slow around the Bushy Arches. On the trains, there's still problems between Milton Keynes Central and London Euston, with delays of up to an hour, some cancellations as well because of a problem between Bletchley and Leighton Buzzard. Samantha Britt, BBC Three Counties Radio.
We have to respect people's hobbies. I want more calls from Daniela. She was good. 03459 455 555. Kate, stay there, be with you in a second. Why are you angry, people, at fella shooting a lion? I mean, really? 8:15, it is Wednesday, the 29th of July. I'm seeing Vic and Bob tonight. That's exciting, isn't it? Shh, it's a secret show. These are your headlines. The government's emergency... Well, it's not secret. I mean, tickets went on sale. It's like a try... And it doesn't matter. I'll let you know tomorrow. The government's emergency committee will meet later today to discuss the migrant crisis at Calais. Train services between Milton Keynes and London are being delayed after a person was hit by a train between Bletchley and Leighton Buzzard. And unions say that proposed job cuts in the probation service risk endangering the public, with a 10% cut across beds, hards and bugs.
This is Iain Lee
on BBC Three Counties Radio.
All right, Geezer?
Hello, good morning, how are you?
Wow, hang on a second. Who ordered a dose of perkiness?
Well, it's been 3 days off the booze, early nights, and I'm feeling amazing.
Wow, it feels like you sound like you've invited Jesus into your heart as well.
Yeah, I know, I haven't.
Okay.
No.
Wow, a whole
He's
3
still in
days
the
off
shed.
the booze. Well, this is what you look like after almost 11 years off the booze. It's not.
I'd expect more.
Yeah, me too.
Really?
Me too. I'm going to give it another 10 years, and if it's not, I've not improved by then, I'm going straight back on that JD. Yeah.
Why not?
Oh, JD and Coke. Oh, a little bit of Voddy and Red Bull. Voddy and Red Bull. That's an all right, Rolf.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't. No,
anymore. I don't think we can do that anymore.
No. Okay.
No.
Steady and relax.
Right.
What's in your show this morning?
9 o'clock, it's one of the most read stories online. It's on some of the front pages. You've been talking about it. It's Cecil the lion.
Yep.
I'm asking, should there be any punishment for the American dentist who shot Cecil the lion? An American dentist has been forced to close his practice after a photo of him in Zimbabwe sat next to a lion he'd shot with a crossbow was shared around the world. Walter Palmer, as indeed you've heard, a dentist from Minnesota, shot the male lion called Cecil with a bow and arrow, but it didn't die until the next day when hunters went back to behead and skin the animal. Mr. Palmer has claimed that he thought the hunt was legal. He's apologised for what he did. And a farmer and a professional hunter will now stand trial in Zimbabwe for taking £35,000 from Mr. Palmer to organise the illegal hunt. And some local Zimbabweans are calling for the dentist to face a prison sentence. In fact, we've just spoken to a wildlife charity that are now talking about they want to actually extradite
for goodness sakes,
Walter Palmer from the States to bring him to justice. So I'm keen to hear what you think.
Grow
really.
up.
Should there be any punishment for the American dentist who shot Cecil the lion?
No. He's at his dentistry. His dental practice has been closed down.
Closed. Yeah, it's closed.
Oh, flippin' heck.
Yeah.
With the world, I'll tell you what's wrong with this flipping world right now, Tim. is the world is now policed by idiots in their bedrooms and in their offices and in their cars on Twitter. It's policed by Twitter. If enough people build up a head of steam on Twitter, they create a furore on Twitter, then we all go, oh yeah, Twitter says he's a plum and that's it.
I think he should be extradited, but
to where? To where?
Back to Zimbabwe to face trial. The guys that organised it, they could end up with about 5 years in prison, and there's got to be a question mark over how much he claims he didn't know it was illegal. That will come out.
He shot a lion. Do you know what I mean? He didn't go around killing babies or anything, did he?
I think killing babies is obviously awful. I think killing lions is awful.
Oh, okay, I thought you were going to say it's nearly as bad.
I was just looking out the window thinking, do I think it's as bad?
Of course you don't. No, you don't, Tim. Oh, don't. Oh, my check is breaking, which means any gravitas I have is gone immediately.
I don't know. It's difficult, isn't it? Because I won't take up too much more of your time. But I am someone who's
got no stories.
I'm trying to wean myself off being a meat eater, so I'm very conscious that people in glass houses. I wouldn't like to eat meat.
What do you mean weaning yourself off
because
it?
Because I was brought up a meat eater, and I'm cutting it out.
What's this weaning?
No, because there are stages.
Pepperami before you...
Yeah, there are stages. You start only buying meat from places that are more expensive and they've been hand reared. Then you only have it once a week. Then you only have it once a month, and then you cut it out altogether because you just. I haven't worked out if I have a serious problem with small farms hand rearing animals that are then eaten.
Okay, well then that's fine.
I'm working out if I have a problem with that.
The ethical thing, yeah, but you don't wean. If you're going to become a vegetarian, you don't wean yourself for meat. You just go, I'm not going to eat it.
I don't eat takeaways. I don't eat rubbish meat. I don't eat cheap meat because I'm only buying meat from farms where I know where it's come from. I contact some local farms and local butchers to find out how the animals. Yes, I do. Because
I saw you're like. There's this brilliant program I found on Netflix called Portlandia, and it's this obscure comedy show. Have you seen it?
No, I've seen a bit of it.
There's an episode where there's this couple. They go into a restaurant and they're asking about the chicken. Is the chicken free range?
Yes.
How much room does it have to run around? Is it happy? Does it have friends? And the waitress brings out a picture of the chicken and says, well, this is the chicken you'll be eating. It's called Colin. It's from a local farm 30 miles away. And they sit there and go, 30 miles. We're going to go to the farm and check it out. Yeah. And the couple, they go to the farm and they're talking to the farmer and they're looking around. Did you really call the farmer up?
I am organising to go and see one of the local farms in Hitchin.
Well, he's selling tickets.
Because I want to go and see how they're all raised. I want to know. I think this lion, Cecil, was a lot more valuable to the world than the dentist.
What has this lion ever done for you?
Just by existing, the lion is majestic, and I think we should. I think if there was any punishment for this guy, and I will leave, any punishment, I think he should have. If he's got 35 grand to spend on shooting, he should spend some money helping to make sure that the cubs that they're left behind actually are protected, that they have a future. That's how he should now spend his money. That, I think, would make a lot of people think, okay, fair enough, what he did was disgusting, but he's using his personal finances to try and better the situation. Okay. So, anyway,
9
there you
o'clock.
are.
I'm looking forward to it. I might call in myself.
You're welcome.
Spring. Summer. Autumn. Winter. They're all great seasons in their own right, but the best one is yet to come.
From Saturday the 8th of August, we'll bring you our biggest season ever.
Here's Deeney. Deeney with a chance. Troy Deeney puts Watford in front.
Grigg with a chance to make it 2. Grigg shoots and Grigg scores.
With Watford in the Premier League, MK Dons in the Championship, and Luton, Wickham and Stevenage all in League 2.
Makes it 2-0. Howes with 4 for the season.
Parrott with a shot. Exploding!
We'll bring you more of the biggest games than ever before.
Mawson's there. It's a goal. Wickham have got a second.
The new season starts right here on Saturday the 8th of August in Three Counties Sport.
This is Iain Lee
on BBC Three Counties Radio.
03459 455 555. Kate's in Apsley. Morning, Kate.
Hello, good morning. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you loud and indeed clear, Elsie. Yes, sir.
All right. I want to get off this point of this lion and meat eating and everything.
Why?
Right. It will... Sorry, I've got an echo going. Kai, hang on a second. Kai, are you on the radio?
What?
Can you get off the radio if you're on the radio?
You're on the radio.
Anyway,
I'm on the radio.
Yeah, I know.
I can't get off the radio. I won't have a job.
Yeah, I'll get right. Anyway.
Get off the radio, Carl!
Right.
Is the echo gone?
The lion is one of our last large carnivorous land mammals.
Yeah, it's a lion. Yeah, I know.
But if it was a dung beetle, I'd be just as worried. It's just reduced the gene pool by.
I killed a spider. I killed a spider yesterday. How bad is that?
Yeah, but well, it depends what type of spider. But
it was a spider that was in my bedroom. I got a big book and I squashed it. I did.
Well, I wouldn't kill spiders, but anyway,
I hate them.
Babies we've got loads of, yeah. But lions we don't.
So we could kill a few
Lions we only have
babies?
a few, if you want to. It's up to you.
Hang on a minute. You are joking, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I'm joking.
Okay. Great joke.
But
I wouldn't open with it, but, fair play.
It was your joke. It was your joke.
No, it's a genuine question. You said we've got loads of babies, we've not got many lions. I didn't understand the point.
No, but you were talking about babies and everybody's been going off the point about it being this wonderful, beautiful lion. But it's the gene pool. Cheetahs. There's only I don't know, a couple of thousand left.
Right.
Now the gene pool is
survival of the fittest,
that
isn't
when
it?
they mate.
Evolution.
So you're happy to live in a world without. You just want to live in a human bubble.
Didn't say that.
Our ecosystem. Our ecosystem keeps us alive, from the dung beetle to the spider.
Not the spider I killed yesterday.
And eats the fly. Yeah, but I'm sure you don't like the fly that the spider eats. So we're all.
I'm not that bothered about the fly. The flies are annoying, but if there's a spider comes near me, you have 3 seconds to live.
But if there was no spiders, then the flies are.
I couldn't care less. I'm not bothered by flies. Are you a vegetarian?
Get off the flies. I'm not vegetarian. No.
Well, then your argument, Jean, is Kate. Sorry, is completely invalid.
No, it's not, because it's about the ecosystem, and the fact is that cows and sheep and all those, through the years, we have made into. They are.
We breed them.
Symbiotic. We are symbiotic with them.
Great use of big words. I'm not convinced you know what they mean. We breed them.
I know what they mean. I've got a degree in it. So.
A degree in words. Brilliant.
Degree in ecology.
Okay, well then I'd suggest a recount, because you know that we breed cows so that we eat them.
Yes,
so we falsely.
Yes, that's right.
We falsely increase.
And I agree with you.
Hello.
I agree with you.
We falsely increase.
No, I was vegetarian, and I would be vegetarian if I had the willpower, and I'm sure I will again.
Oh, I see. So because you're weak, some cow's going to get a bolt through its neck.
But what I want to tell you, right? We're getting
I know we're getting away. We're getting away from the bit. We're getting away from the bit. We're getting away from the bit, Kate, where you don't look so nice, and then we're getting back to the hippy dippy. Hey man, let's all love each other.
I was vegetarian, and I will be again, but that's not right. Do you know why sheep are white?
I don't see colour in sheep.
No, it's relevant, right? Sheep are white because we made them into this genetic product, and they were all black and different colours, and we couldn't see them on the mountain. So we genetically made them white so that we could see them when we were farming them. So as we've been on this planet for the last 2,000 years or whatever, we've...
Right, it's the same reason that carrots are orange. They used to be purple. What's your point?
Yes, exactly. They're all symbiotic with us.
You keep saying symbiotic. I don't know what the relevance is. Why are you angry that this man shot a... Why are you angry that this man shot a lion, you hypocrites?
Because lions... Right, okay, I'll take that. Right, lions are... Oh, they're just part of our ecosystem, and
come on, you're
losing them at a rapid rate.
But why are you angry with this guy? Why are you angry with this guy?
Angry. I'm hearing that it's got cubs or something, and it was also kept alive for 2 days. I mean, would you like it to be kept alive for 2 days? I think that's
It's a lion. It's a cat.
What? And it doesn't feel pain.
Why are you so angry about this? Why are you not?
The 1800s,
there's a story
where we thought that animals didn't feel pain.
There's a story in the papers today about this 15-year-old girl that was killed by a paedophile. Why aren't you going out campaigning against that? Why aren't you going out against campaigning against people that are abusing children? It's just a lion. It's just a lion.
No, I woke up to... It's not just a lion, because we've only got a few of them, and every one... Right, it's like, oh, God... Percentages, isn't there? You know, there's...
I don't know. Percentages now.
1,000 million, hundreds, whatever. Loads of us on the planet, yeah, human beings.
There's not thousands of millions of countries.
Lions.
There's only about...
People. Sorry.
Yeah, Shags, check this out. I think I'm going to say the number of countries is less than you think. There are only about 189 languages.
No. I'm talking about people.
I know. I'm going to say. Hang on a minute. Shh. I'm going to say there's 260 countries. It's not many, is it?
Okay, and no, but there's a lot of people in those countries, especially in England, which is a tiny, tiny country. Lots of people.
Well, there's not that. No, hang on a minute. There's not that many people in England.
Well,
there's plenty of room.
There's a lot of animals that are bred for our eating. Yeah, they're bred for us to eat.
And that's all right, is it?
Are wild.
Yeah.
I don't think it's all right, which is why.
But yet you still do it. Well, then become a vegetarian again, you hypocrite. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now.
I will.
Are you saying, Kate?
I'll go vegetarian again.
You're never going to eat meat again from 8:29 today. That's it. No.
From now, I will pledge from now. I will be vegetarian again.
Okay, you're starting from this very, very moment. You're never gonna. You'll never be able to phone me up and go.
I've got a mouthful of sausage.
That's never going to happen.
You got nice voice tape. Oh my God.
I've got a mouthful of sausage.
No, that isn't me.
Thanks very much for calling.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Been a serious accident on the M1, so it's been blocked in both directions at junction 14 for Milton Keynes for the air ambulance to attend. It's causing long delays on the M1 northbound back from Bedford. On the M1 southbound as well, there's looking very slow at junction 10 for the M1 for the Luton Airport Spur Road because of another accident that's on the hard shoulder. And the M25 is very slow anti-clockwise between junction 21 for the M1 and 19 for Watford. There are still long delays and some cancellations on trains between Milton Keynes Central and London Euston. It's affecting Virgin Trains West Coast Southern and London Midland trains. Samantha Bruff, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Thank you very much. Scott on Twitter has got this. He's got this. He knows how the dentist can repay his debt to society. The dentist should spend the rest of his life fixing lions' teeth for free. Perfect.
Across beds, hearts and bugs.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's 8:30. I'm Simon Oxley. The operator of the Channel Tunnel has said that a migrant has been found dead after 1,500 people made a fresh attempt to storm the Eurotunnel terminal in Calais overnight. A meeting of the government's emergency committee, COBRA, will be held this morning to discuss the situation. Train services between Milton Keynes and London are being delayed by up to an hour this morning after a person was hit by a train between Bletchley and Leighton Buzzard. And unions say that proposed job cuts in the probation service risk endangering the public with a 10% cut across beds, hearts and bucks.
Three Counties Sports.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Wins for Luton and Wycombe, but defeats for Watford and Milton Keynes Dons in last night's pre-season friendlies. Watford suffered their first pre-season defeat, going down 2-1 at Cardiff. Troy Deeney scored the Hornets' goal. Milton Keynes Dons lost 3-1 at home to the Spanish side Getafe, with Joe Walsh scoring for the home side. Luton beat Brentford 2-1 at Kenilworth Road, with goals from Luke Wilkinson and Calvin Zola. Former Stevenage striker Zola is on trial with the Hatters. Fellow trialist Craig McHale-Smith didn't feature, but was at the game. Manager John Still is hinting that a deal will be announced at the weekend. And Wycombe won 3-1 at Basingstoke with goals from Marcus Bean, Anthony Stewart and Ryan Sellers. The third Ashes test gets underway at Edgbaston this morning. The series is level at 1-1. Watford's Steve Finn could return for England, who have a fitness doubt over bowler Mark Wood. Here's captain Alistair Cook.
There's such an amazing opportunity for these guys now, us as a side, to be part of the Ashes series, to be playing in front of a packed house here, which is renowned for getting right behind the England team, and hopefully we can kind of produce that kind of performance which they, we get ahead of the game and they get right behind us, and the atmosphere here will be fantastic.
Watford teenager Carl Langford has joined the likes of Mo Farah and Jessica Ennis-Hill in the Great Britain squad for next month's World Championships. The 19-year-old will run in the 800 metres. Milton Keynes Olympic long jump champion Greg Rutherford and Hertfordshire sprinter Jodie Williams are also included. And the fixtures for the new English Premier League ice hockey season have been announced. Milton Keynes Lightning start at home to Bracknell on Saturday, September the 12th. BBC Three Counties News and Sport. The next full bulletin is at 9.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me down the road. It's where I'll always be. Every stop I make I make a new friend. Can't stay for long, just turn around and I'm gone again. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow I'll just keep moving on. Down this road that never seems to end. When new adventure lies just around the bend. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's hobo style. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, the whole world is my home. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's hobo style. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on.
Oh my God, Ian, you seem to have no respect for animals. They have a right to live the same as us humans do. Yes, I'm a veggie and I'm proud to be one, says Barb. I'm playing the littlest hobo.
Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on. There's a world that's waiting to unfold. A brand new tale no one has ever told. We've journeyed far, but you know it won't be long. We're almost there and we paid our fare with a hobo song. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving.
03459 455 555. Why is everybody so angry with the Lion guy? The Lion King. I mean, I'm not. By the way, right? I'm not condoning what he's done. I'm not saying, yeah, fair play on him. Well done. He's done a great thing. I don't think it was particularly. Oh, it goes into an episode of The Littlest Hobo.
I suppose so.
The forest wasn't the only thing that died in that fire. A lot of animals lost their lives, too. These little cubs got away lucky.
Hey, this is relevant to what we're talking about, isn't it?
Smoke here.
Smoke?
That's the way he appeared, out of a cloud of smoke.
That's not smoke. That's The Littlest Hobo.
That's what I call him.
Oh, okay, that's what you call him. He won't be sticking around, mate. Phone. He's going to get shh. I'm watching this. Is good, this, isn't it?
Well, thank you.
Crestview Ranger Station.
The dog gave a woman a blanket.
Yes, Mrs. Spivey.
Mrs. Barry. What?
Yes,
Where?
Yeah, under your house.
No, it's real people acting.
What kind
How
of
did the
creatures,
dog give
Mrs.
it a
Spivey?
blanket?
Huh?
You're
With his
wild
mouth.
creatures, yeah,
Oh,
I
he
see.
did just walk in on his
I
back
see.
legs,
Go
holding
on.
it.
Oh,
I see.
Miss Spivey?
Anyway, that's the littlest hobo there, Justin, for anybody. If you get boring, Justin, I'm going to bring the littlest hobo back in, OK?
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
Creatures under her house.
That's what the lady said.
It's a skunk.
What business does a skunk have in the little
Here's your
hobo?
ferocious creature, Mrs. Spivey. Come on, fella.
Put it in the boot of the car. All right, Justin, you got a second chance, mate. Away you go.
Okay, thanks, boss. Yeah, you've been talking this morning about...
Nah. Flipping it, the littlest hobo's seen a snake.
No.
Stop that! Go away!
He's pulling a woman off.
Go away!
Is it a boa constrictor?
What's going on?
Go away!
Smoke, what are you doing?
What are you doing, Smoke?
Your dog turned on me.
Smoke?
Uh-oh.
What's happening?
I don't really. He's picked up a twig.
Who?
Looks like my dog saved you from a nasty accident, Mrs. Spivey.
Yeah, she was going to wet herself. Right, Justin.
Geezer.
Geezer. People are angry. I've just got to stress, okay? I'm not saying what this fella did was good. I'm not saying it was... I'm not condoning what he did, okay? I don't particularly think you should go around shooting animals. But I do feel sorry for the guy, and I don't think... that he should be made this he's an international hate figure just because of what he did. I mean...
Yeah, but, you know, why would you want to go and kill an animal like that?
I don't know.
That's where my anger is. You know, if you're going to go out and pay £35,000 to go and kill an animal, what sort of person are you? That's where my anger is.
What was it? Sorry, I was watching this again. They're in a hunting shop now.
Okay. Bigger than rats, you know. Huh?
There you go. Sorry.
Yes, I was just saying my anger is with him. Why on earth would you want to go and kill an animal? I don't get that.
But why? That's not anger. That's curiosity. I don't get why he'd want to do it. I'm not angry, but I just think, well, okay. I just think, we make decisions, and sometimes we make the wrong decisions. And both. Isn't it interesting that both of the stories we've talked about yesterday are about hobbies? And as I think it was Margaret said earlier on, you've got to respect. It was Daniela. We need to respect each other's hobbies, right? This fella's hobby is shooting lions.
It's sick.
Lord Sewell's hobby is paying women for sex and taking drugs. Neither of those things really have an impact on my life.
No, that is true.
Thank you.
True. I've taken this one to the streets, and you were saying earlier on, why are people angry? Where's the anger coming from?
Yeah.
So I've literally taken the Daily Mirror this morning. The front page, the headline there is "The Lion Killer." I've asked people if they're angry. If so, why? This is really interesting. Here's what happened. What do you think about that?
Well, disgusting.
So you're angry?
Yeah, wouldn't you? He's a pet.
It's not a pet.
Well, you know what I mean.
Tell us why you're angry. Because we want to hear why people are angry about this morning.
Well, the thing is that, there's people in the world want money and they give money away.
So what are you angry about? The fact he spent £35,000 or he's killed an animal?
Both.
Do you eat meat?
Yeah, definitely.
So what's the main difference? If you're eating meat, this man has paid to kill an animal, but obviously animals are being killed for you to eat.
Yeah, true. Oh, well, not to worry.
OK, thanks for your time.
All right.
Ken, are you angry about what you're seeing on the front page there of the Daily Mirror?
Yeah.
Tell us why you're angry.
Well, they shouldn't be killing animals like that, should they?
But we kill animals ourselves, don't we? If we're killing animals to eat ourselves...
Yeah, I suppose we do, yeah.
So are you still angry, or are you not angry now?
I don't know.
So you've gone from being angry, but now you don't know?
Yeah, I'm not sure, no.
Madam, you've seen the front page. Like many people, you're angry. Can you explain to me and our listeners why you're so angry about that?
Because these are endangered species, they should be protected. Just because they got money, they can't just kill. They are not to be killed, they are to be protected.
So your anger is because they are protected and this shouldn't be happening?
Yes, exactly.
We got a quote from Walter Palmer. In early July, I was in Zimbabwe, on a bow hunting trip for big game. I hired several professional guides. They secured all proper permits. To my knowledge, everything about this trip was legal. I had no idea that the lion I took was a known local favourite, was collared and part of a study until the end of the hunt. I relied on the expertise of my local professional guides. I have not been contacted by authorities in Zimbabwe or in the US, but I will assist them in any inquiries they may have. I regret that my pursuit of an activity I love and practice responsibly and legally resulted in the taking of this lion. He's been stitched up. This poor thing gets even worse. He's been stitched up by his local guides who took the dollar, and then they said, "Oh yes sir, you can shoot that one," and he's not done anything wrong.
Well, morally, he's certainly done something wrong, as far as I'm concerned.
What's the moral? What's the moral?
Okay, the moral is, the moral for me is you would not go out and kill a living creature like that. That is, however you dress it up this morning, however you dress it up, that's wrong.
What about foxes? Because people do go out and hunt for pleasure.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that myself.
Yeah, I know, but now you're making a judgment call. You're right, I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
But people do, and people enjoy it, and we need to respect each other's hobbies.
Yeah, but I don't respect this hobby.
Gosh.
I can't know. I can't get my head around it. Yes, I'm a meat eater myself, but if I knew exactly the ins and outs of how it was done, I wouldn't be eating meat.
I'll tell you how it's done. I'll tell you how it's done.
I don't want to know. Please.
Well, I'll tell you how it's done.
No, please, I don't want to know.
So hang on a minute. We're celebrating ignorance.
I don't want to know.
What happens is, right, the cows...
No, I don't want to know. Please. Seriously, please.
So the pigs are herded in...
No.
They get all of the cows...
No. Please. Me eating meat, when I eat it, yes, I enjoy it. I'm not denying that for a second. But as I said to you, I do not want to know the ins and outs of how that animal is killed for me. Don't want to know.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Well, it's been great talking to you, Jess.
And you, boss?
Should we have a little bit of music to cheer us up? Show you're still
please.
friends. Here we go.
Yeah,
Let's have a bit of this. Here we go.
clear. Geezer.
Ignorant, immoral, self-important thugs. Comprise the so-called Islamic State.
This is what's his name? Ben Dave. Who is this?
Serene Jean.
There we go.
Especially
That's it.
murder other people. These uneducated subhumans live a life of hate.
Oh, is Dealey gone? Because I've got a great question. Dealey, have you gone?
I'm still here, boss.
Okay, here's a question from Kyle.
Yeah.
They besmirch the name of Islam.
Would you consider lions to be arrogant?
Would I consider lions to be arrogant? Look, this is a horrible question in the circumstances. Look, lions, are they arrogant? Well, yeah, because they're the boss, aren't they?
They claim to be king of the jungle. No one voted for them to be king.
They are arrogant, but it doesn't mean to go around saying you can kill everyone that's arrogant.
Justin, thank you very much. Carl, thank you for that. Iain Lee, BBC Three Counties Radio, 03459 455 555. You're angry about Walter Palmer, but I don't understand why you're angry. Can you explain it to me, please?
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
The M1 has been blocked in both directions because of an accident that's happened on the northbound M1 at junction 14 for Milton Keynes. So there are delays on the northbound M1 from junction 13 for Bedford, and it's also been blocked in both directions for the air ambulance to land. There's been an accident at junction 10 as well on the M1 southbound by Luton Airport Spur Road, and the M25 is busy anti-clockwise from junction 21 for the M1 to 19 for Watford. In Ealing on the North Circular Road, there's a lane blocked there by a car that's broken down at the Hanger Lane Gyratory, which is causing delays from North Ealing Station. And on the trains, there are still problems between Milton Keynes Central and London Euston. Samantha Bruff, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Thank you, Sammy.
They're ugly, vain posturing.
Oh, still going. So's that. Nearly done, guys. 8:45, Wednesday, the 29th of July. I'm Iain Lee. These are your headlines on BBC Three Counties Radio. The government's emergency committee will meet later today to discuss the migrant crisis at Calais. Train services between Milton Keynes and London are being delayed after a person was hit by a train between Bletchley and Leighton Buzzard. And unions say that proposed job cuts in the probation service risk endangering the public with a 10% cut across beds, hearts and bucks. That was nearly one for the Christmas tape.
Beds, hearts and bucks weather.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Hello, good morning. We've got some cloud
Good
out
morning,
towards...
sir.
Oh, good morning. We've got some cloud out towards... It's generally dry and bright today. It'll be on the cool side. You might catch a shower later on.
I did genuinely press the button by mistake then. I've got fat
Did
fingers.
you?
Yeah, I did. I was trying to turn the fader down because I got fat fingers. I knocked the button, so I'm sorry. So don't be
No,
peed
it's
off.
fine. Warming up as... I'm not at all. I find it entertaining,
I'm getting a tone, and you're right. I'm being
No.
disrespectful to the
No,
weather.
no, it's
so
not
I'm
that.
Shutting up.
It's-
No, I'm shutting up. I'm shut up. Go on.
Okay,
Shush.
all right. No, it's really not that. It's just that I just know that people do want to know about the weather a little bit. Although I don't really have really great news for today because it'll be on the cool side. But you've got some showers for the end of the day, actually. So do watch out for the risk of showers through the afternoon and latter parts of the afternoon. But there will be a lot of dry weather. It's on the cool side. We're killing off those showers tomorrow, though, with pressure building out from the west. And that pressure continuing to build in as we go through Thursday into Friday. So by the weekend, things starting to warm up nicely. Will generally be dry right the way through that period, up into the low 20s Celsius by Sunday.
Well, that's me told off then, isn't it?
Nick Coffer on BBC Three Counties Radio.
For over 6 decades, comedian Ken Dodd has been touring and selling out theatres.
I'm very blessed, actually, Mr. Nick, because if the jokes aren't connecting as much as I'd like them to, I can always burst into song.
Weekdays from 12.
Much of that music, not least the Happy Mondays, has not only stood the test of time, it still sounds as fresh as it did then.
Certainly does, yeah. 60s knockoffs. It's sure that weren't that other lot, not us.
Nick Coffer.
Live at Woburn Abbey for the Woburn Abbey Garden Show. It's very nice to actually speak to you in your home. You are the very proud garden manager.
I am indeed, yes. I'm proud of what we've achieved as a team here at Woburn. It's fantastic.
Nick Coffer. Weekdays from 12 on BBC Three Counties Radio.
Judy, let's go to Judy first. Good morning, Judy.
Morning, Judy. Ian.
That's right. No, that's my favourite thing. It's a weird phenomenon on phone-in radio, and it happens so often. And someone should do a study on this, where the host throws to the caller, and the caller says their own name. It's really weird. I love it though. So thank you.
Right, I'd like to say happy birthday to Dennis's wife on her 90th, and many, many congratulations on his 66th wedding anniversary tomorrow. I think it was very amiss of you not to wish him those sentiments, because he's a long-time caller.
I didn't know it was her birthday and it was their anniversary. How did you know?
He did say.
Oh, I wasn't listening to him.
No, that's figures, because you're always cutting him off.
Yeah, I don't listen to him.
Yeah.
No, it's
And
just
you're cutting me
filler.
off anyway, so
No,
fine.
I won't cut you off. No, you hung up. I didn't. You hung up. I didn't cut you off. Never listen to Dennis. Dennis is just. Dennis is kind of like thinking music for me. It's just like if I'm struggling to get something to work, or I'm wondering where we're going to go next, we whack Dennis on. 2-3 minutes of good solid wallpaper. Boom! It gives me time to get my head all together. There. Bit rude to hang up like that, wasn't it? I love it when people phone up to tell me off being rude and then they're rude themselves. Anyway, Dennis, I wasn't really listening to her. It's like your daughter's birthday or something next week. You know, hope she has a great one. John's on the line. Morning, John.
Good day, young man.
Oh, blimey. John's got a deep voice, John. Yes, sir. What have you got?
This lion hunting.
Yes.
The only problem I've got with it is it was killed with a crossbow.
Yep.
And it's not a guaranteed kill with a crossbow. I believe in this country you're not supposed to hunt with crossbows, but obviously countries have different laws and regulations.
Yeah. Yeah.
And obviously the other thing, it was left undead till the following day.
Alive.
Which obviously then quantifies the fact that crossbows don't guarantee the kill.
Right, but so if he'd done it with a gun, it would have been all right.
Not particularly for big game that is of a limited number. Then no, it shouldn't be hunted full stop.
Oh, all right. So the crossbow's a MacGuffin then. The crossbow's got nothing to do with it. You're angry. Okay. Why are you angry with him?
I wasn't angry so much as I was disappointed that he wasn't clever enough not to do it.
Do you know what? I'll go with disappointing. You're right. It's disappointing. I'll give you that. It's disappointing. But all these people getting their knickers in a twist and getting angry and here we go. Look, because he's killed a magnificent beast which roamed this planet for 13 years for a trophy, not to eat or for meat. Lions like this are now very rare. Oh, that's not even written in English, dude. There is no need to kill or hurt animals for fun or pleasure. Ian, are you being a something on purposes? Respect people's hobbies. Dennis Nelson and the Yorkshire Ripper had a nasty hobby. Oh, Tony, come on, now you're being silly. John, all right, listen, thank you very much indeed. Angie sends an interesting text. Ian, you have to keep watching that episode of The Littlest Hobo. He jumps out of a parachute in that episode. Wowzers, that's insane, isn't it?
Doorbells.
Yeah, isn't it? Got told off by weather. I do feel a little bit... Because people are interested in weather. I don't think they are. I've got a window. Look, that window. Again, I don't think they necessarily are. I don't listen to the radio for weather or travel, I'll be honest. I always think, filler. I always do. Because I never quite understand what the point of the travel is. What's the travel going to do? If you're stuck in the traffic, all right, if it's the M25, well, I've not got another way. Just sit in it. And weather.
Sometimes, though,
Yeah, go on.
if I am stuck in traffic
Yeah.
and I hear them mention it, I feel like I'm a bit famous. I'm like, oh, I'm in that. I'm here.
Oh, I like it when they mention my street. They used to mention. I used to live in Colney Hatch, in London. What? Mention it quite a lot.
What's it called?
Colney Hatch. I don't understand what the point is. What your laughter is for? What is your laughter for?
I think you just made that up.
What?
Colney Hatch.
It's a real place. There used to be a lunatic asylum there.
Good.
Thank you very much indeed. Right, let's go to the calls. Who wants to have a go at me now? Is it a caller or is it another member of the in inverted commas team?
It might be somebody from Colney Hatch.
Might be someone who likes listening to the weather in Colney Hatch.
Hang on.
Okay, tell you what, I'll pop you through. Angela, was it?
Uh-oh. Angela,
All
let's have a
pop
go.
you through.
Okay.
One sec.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. It's on 2.
Morning, Angela.
Morning, Ian. How
Do
are you?
I'm fine. Are you interested in the weather?
Yes, I am today.
Oh, why?
And
What's
I can
happening?
tell you why, because in Stevenage today, in Hampson Park...
Here we go,
we've
local
got
and vocal.
Yes, we've got a free event called the Teddy Bears Picnic.
Oh, I like a good Teddy Bears picnic. Me and my boys went on one a couple of weeks ago.
Brilliant, aren't they? Obviously, it's for children, but adults as well. But you can come in if
Thank
you
you.
want, yeah.
Yeah.
It's from 11 until 3. We've got lots of children's things like face painting. We've even got a Teddy Bears Hospital. I'm not quite sure what that is, but I'm taking my teddy bear anyway, so... You know. And,
What's the weather? Well, in that case, because I wasn't paying attention and I got told off by our weather person, who gets annoyed if you don't mention her name, what is the weather going to be like?
I think it's going to be a bit cloudy, a little bit windy, but dry.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the main thing, dry. And we've got lots of things. We've got homemade cakes. Don't tell anybody, but my scones aren't homemade, which I'm buttering at the moment.
Oh, yo, Angela, you've done. Yeah, there was a village. There was a village fete the other day where no one had entered the vegetable competition, so they said to everyone, "Look, if you go down to Tesco, you can buy. You can use Tesco vegetables.
Yeah.
You're the equivalent of that. You're a Teddy Bear's picnic cake shit. How can you look those kiddies and those? How can you look those kiddies in the eye and those teddy bears in their buttons, knowing that you bought scones?"
Yes, because the jam in them is homemade.
Oh.
I make homemade jam.
What
also,
flavour?
I'd like to give a big thank you to a very good charity called Waste Not Want Not.
Oh, yeah.
Who have given us lots and lots of plants to sell.
Oh, I suppose waste not, want not.
50-50 basis.
Well, there you. Oh,
So
I see.
many thanks to Isabel. So come along, 11 till 3 in Hampson Park in Stevenage.
Angela, thank you very much indeed. I shan't, but, you know, if people are nearby, they may want to. Only because I'm going to my sister's straight after the show. Going to South London, hanging out with my sister.
Cockney Hatch.
Sorry?
What's it called?
And then Cockney Hatch. Cockney Hatch? Yeah, I got 2. And then I am going to see Vic and Bob tonight. 03459 455 555 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you're more than welcome to. Now, they've done this before, and they've done it better in The Sun before. But they've done the thing that they always do, every now and then, of rude street names.
Oh, yeah.
But they've had ruder ones, like really rude ones. You know there was one in London until fairly recently that was the C word.
No.
It was something like the C word Hatch Lane. It was. Honestly.
What's the cost of house prices there?
Very, very low.
Oh.
Honestly, Google it. It's a genuine thing.
I won't
here's some.
in case.
No, here's some, but they're not very good. I'm gonna get them. They're gonna get better as I go on. I'm gonna rearrange them. Nicker Hill. Try not to get your panties in a twist if you take a trip down Nicker Hill near Nottingham. Gravesend, Kent. Turns out everything's a bit cheeky if you're around Thong Lane. He liked that one, didn't he? Titty Ho.
That's a double whammy.
Spanker Lane. Steady. Garterway. Bit of fun.
Yeah.
Frolic Street.
That's nice.
Lusty Glaze Road. Well, that's not even...
No.
You like this one, Shags?
Yeah.
Crotch Crescent. I'm down to my last 2. Which one do I go with? They're both connected. These are real places, by the way, guys. Cock Lane.
Been there.
Yeah.
Hard On Road. I mean, really? Why? That's a name of a place. Hard On Road. Outrageous. Oh, dearie me. That's it. That's your lot. Guys, I should thoroughly recommend, I can thoroughly recommend, and I am thoroughly recommending that you go to the iTunes computer music streaming service and you type in my name, Iain Lee, I-A-I-N, I spell it properly, L-E-E, and loads of podcasts will pop up. The ones that you want... Oh, Sheila?
Good morning.
Oh, what? I'm just doing an advert for the podcast in the last 30... The dying moments of the show, although it could be said it died about 6:30. What you got for us?
I would just like to say congratulations on the 19th birthday, Dennis's wife, and I think it's really marvellous that they've had 66 years of happy marriage. Well,
how does everyone know about this and I don't? What?
Because, well, in your usual way, you were probably talking over them.
Ah, yeah, I probably was doing that. Yeah, you got a point there.
But doesn't it make a change to have a nice bit of news? Something that's relevant to us here.
What was the nice bit of news?
Dennis and his wife being married 66 years, which I guess probably a lot of people will never, ever, ever get that far.
Oh, I don't want to get that far. It sounds too old, doesn't it?
It does for you, yeah.
Thanks very much. Oh, I said, was that a threat?
No. How can I threaten you with saying that?
Give us a kiss, come on. Thank you, sweet cheeks.
Travel news for
She hates me.
and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
There's been a serious accident on the M1 northbound at junction 14 for Milton Keynes, so it's been closed there in both directions for the moment while the air ambulance lands. On the M25 anti-clockwise, it's busy from junction 24 for Pottersbar to 23 for the A1M, and the North Circular Road in Ealing has a lane closed because of a vehicle that's broken down at Ealing Common. On the trains, there are still long delays between Milton Keynes Central and London Euston because of a problem between Bletchley and Leighton Buzzard, and it's affecting London Midland Southern and Virgin trains west coast with hour-long delays and cancellations. Samantha Brett, BBC Three Counties.
Thank you, Sammy. That's it. That's your lot. Back tomorrow at 6. Till then, ta-ta.
Local and vocal across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.